essential beings and environment. That's the statement. Coverage is, as I said, 75 at the construction of new or development of existing water bodies. 75 per district, covering about 50,000 ponds across the different areas. In AP also, we have taken the construction of this monster. The duration is, we have started on 24th April 2022, and the target is to complete by next year. That's called Amrit Varsh 2023. At the Government of India level, 5 ministries are actually coordinating this work. The Ministry of Rural Development is the Rural Ministry, and in AP, Rural Development Department is the Rural Department. So I happen to be the state minister. Now, in AP, the convergence departments are Water Resources Department, it's Irrigation Department, PRMRD, which I am Commissioner, Endowments Department, and MAP Department. All these departments have water bodies under their jurisdiction, like temple, typical irrigation or village farms, and also urban farms, which we intend to develop. Now, this is the framework in which the approach is. Now, identification and planning comes through a very scientific process, and VISAL N stands for Bhaskaracharya National Institute of Space Applications and Geoinformatics. They have done the entire groundwork using satellite imagery, a whole lot of technology and technology. They have given us potential science. This is in very simple. They have given the entire IT platform, technological platform to this program. And an Amrit Sarovar portal also has been developed by them. I'll explain in the subsequent slides. Now, they using satellite images, topography, availability of water, watersheds, drainage pattern. They said these are possibly feasible locations. What we have to do is, each district, we have formed teams of administrative and technical officials. They go to this location, they see whether it is private land or waste land, government land, whether we can actually construct a new pond, or if there is an existing pond, if we can increase the capacity of the pond. So that's how we have done the identification planning. Next is IEC and involvement of stakeholders. Now, this entire program is around participatory management. IEC is like a lot of awareness campaigns which are being done in all the villages to generate the interest and also participation of stakeholders. We have formed user groups. Now, I'll be going to details in the next slides. And Gram Sabhas have approved what work has to be taken. And then we have taken suggestions from all the public representatives, stakeholders, freedom fighters in each villages. So it became a very a festival kind of atmosphere in each of the villages. So 75 Sarovars in each village, and about each district covers almost the entire district, equally spread across the districts. Now, next is implementation monitoring. There has been a very well-structured monitoring mechanism right from Government of India to the village level. We have the Central Ministry, Water Ministry regularly following up on leaving resolutions. At the state level, the committee headed by Chief Secretary was regularly reviewing this, and we have done it regularly. And we, Principal Secretary, we were reviewing the district chapters and the district level committee. At the Gram Panchayat, we have one Pratinidhi committee. Pratinidhi is nothing but a senior most person, senior citizen who wants to take up this program. And then celebration documentation. This entire thing was on a festival, 75 years. So there was Namajas, there was Aarti, I'll show you the subsequent slides. We have a lot of documentation. This is just the figures because this is an ongoing program. The target given to us was by August 15 this year. We had to complete 20% of the Sarovars. And I'm happy to say, sir, that we stood second in the country in completions for August 15. First was Ladakh, there were very few ponds there, so that percentage went up. But by number of ponds completed, we were standing on. And this is the each department wise how much we have identified. As of now, sir, the RD department, that's our department, we have identified, though our target is only 1950, 75 per district. We went beyond that because the program says we have more contained. So we have identified 2,951. Irrigation department, water resources is 442. The irrigation department, MAP endowments has taken up 10. The total feasible works are 3,393. We have already completed 587. The balance are in progress. We are on target. We will be completing by 15th August 2023. So these are the various satellite images, drainage. This is bizarre resources given to us. Drainage network maps, land use cover map, and contour maps. In fact, more detail is there at present here. We can go into the details, we can see which part is there, we can zoom into that, and see why that has been there. So, the other maps. This is the watershed map, and we have aquifer map, reservoirs ready. So we should be focusing on what is the deficit basins. So that was a priority. So this is the ground truthing team. They go there and see whether the location is actually feasible or not. This is the actual polygon mapping. When they go to a location, they do this polygon based on an app. The geolocation is captured and this polygon is fed into the project. Then it's approved for the process. Then we start with the survey. Now this is the next involvement of stakeholders. For every server that we have identified, the existing or new one, there are user groups. Somebody who is interested in fisheries, somebody who is interested in taking the silt and using it for their agriculture farm to improve productivity. So there are user groups. So we form user groups in all of the servers. Then awareness meetings extensively. Then Gram Sabhas compulsory after this for two process. Suggestions were taken from all techniques. It was everybody from senior citizens, freedom fighters, all the families of even soldiers who then Kala Jatas, rallies, all the places, students, by women students, then pamphlets were distributed, wall paintings. And so we also, there is a component of voluntary contribution and donations in this program. It's officially allowed. If somebody wants to donate, each server has to be unified, not with the scheme funds, but with contributions. So somebody wants to donate a bench, they want to donate plantation, they want to donate some fence or anything. We have taken it. So that's the participating match. These are some of the pictures that some of the villages, how Gram Sabhas have been conducted, and then stakeholders meetings, how they have been conducted, and one is in Kupam, one is in Kundapur, one is in Reddypalayam, Kalapur. Some of the indicative pictures. These are the Kala Jatas, and we do lot. In fact, RT department, one of our strength is participating at the grassroots level. NGO analysis flagship program. So we do a whole lot of these things. So we have done Kala Jatas, user group meetings, then putting up banners at these locations. This is the implementation and monitoring. Again, as I said, sir, the Chief Secretary was very keen on these programs. Even Honorable Prime Minister developed this program. And we were always in top 1, 2, 3. Regular video conferencing, fortnight meetings and all. But each GP, as I said, Panchayat Pratini was selected by the GP themselves. From our side, what we did, we gave one technical person. He is called a Panchayat level officer. So we gave them to guide the villagers how to do the extract, the way to transport, and for the farmers who can take this. In fact, sir, the direction was given to NHAI, to railways, any government use this for the roads. So there will be a desilted tanks, they can use it. So some of the places they used it. Wherever it was farmer or this was farmers. These are some of the meetings that we have regularly had, some state level meetings, state conferences. Collectors were very keen. This is Guru collector. This is Panchayat collector. And so each collector was told to make a nice video clip and upload in the portal, create awareness. So we have done a whole lot of such things. Can you somebody click on that one? This is the work in progress. Voice, please. Volume. Polymer. Sir, must be present. Sir, must be present.
Can you play from the beginning, please?
1 minute.
Alphabet, sir.
It's actually 5 minutes. All the districts have done, sir. In fact, districts have done more than 5 or 6 video clips. They uploaded in the portal. And it created a very good. This is the months going on at various places. One exhibition. Most of the works were done manually. So they have converged with other departments. This irrigation department, sir, they also had this program. They can use machinery. They can. They also do
Recording in progress.
This is the one August 15th and run up to August 15th. We were supposed to do a lot of activities, sir. And we have done all the activities. It was a very festive mood. Day one, Terega marches in the village, and also on the part we have done. Day two, display the messages, posters for cleanliness, rallies. Day three, patriotic songs. And we have done Jalaratis, again singing at kids, people gathering at the Sarovars. It was more like patriotic activity. It was done very well, sir. National flag was hoisted there, servers were completed. And there was a nice pedestal built, some benches, plantation was done. And it actually, it was a very patriotic cover that was this activity was done. Beautification and walking tracks were done with contributions from local government, benches, these are some of the pictures, sir. Every district has a lot of pictures. Only 4 or 5. This is Tiranga marcher, then health station of freedom fighters, all the family members. And then we had these rallies, patriotic songs by students, Jalaratis, games in the evenings. This is how the activity was done. And we are on track. We will be able to complete the balance. Now, one slide about the impact of the missions. Now, 5 or 6 parameters. This program is very different. Water storage capacity till this year, whatever we have done, 500 odd tanks. Now we will increase by 50 lakh cubic meters. And target for next year is school roads in meters. Plantation, we have done 35,000 plantations so far till this August. Next year we want to have 1.1 lakhs. It's only on the funds. And the excavated skill, silt transported to farmers, is about 20 lakh cubic meters. Farmers, this is very fertile, sir. And this is applied on the fields. It improves the product. So how much productivity has increased on next year, probably we'll have some data. We can present. The next year could be target 80 lakh cubic meters. Walking tracks, newly 84 have been developed on these lands. As recreation spots, 21 have been developed. We want to develop 75 more. And then fish there is in 226 times. New user groups have been found and fishes also. We have started training. Apart from this, the software aspects, patriotism, civic sense, community ownership, unity and environment levels were the good things which happened in this program. It's going on.
Ram Sagar, Vishakhapatnam. They said that 38 acres of hitherto uncultivated land was brought under cultivation because of this. So maybe that's an important metric statewide if you can include.
Yes.
New land brought under cultivation because of the scheme.
Yes. So this program, sir, one more detail is not only excavation of the pond, we need to clear all the encroachments to the field channels, and also so that, as you said, the next slide can be brought into use. Way forward to the last slide.
Next slide. Last slide.
So we will be completing the balance 30 minutes to number of Amrit servers, kind of Amrit Varsh, 15 hours. And then another one is ensure sustained community involvement and ownership of these assets. That's the this is my sense.
Thank you very much, sir. So I will take you through the business environment of the state of Andhra Pradesh very briefly. Then we will talk in detail about the ODOP products. Can you please open the PPT or the ODOP, please? Next. So just a snapshot of what our state is, the 8th largest state in terms of area and second longest coastline after Gujarat, and with a GSDP of $91 billion. And noteworthy is the per capita income is 17% higher than the national average. It's about 2 lakhs, while the national average is about 1,80,000. And literacy is at 67% today, sir. So these are the things that we are really proud of our state. We are standing fourth in the country in terms of achievements in sustainable development goals. The details of this would be elaborated by Secretary Planning towards the later part of the day today, sir. And we proudly claim being number one in ease of doing business in the country continuously for the last 6 years. This is a parameter which is reflective of the business environment and how easy we make the experience of any investor in terms of clearances or allocations, and also making them ground and finally come around for incentives also. So the entire life cycle of the business environment is reflective through this ratings, and we've been consistently doing well with the country in terms of this. And we are fourth in terms of exports in the country, sir. Of course, if you know, it keeps changing every year. This year we are standing fourth, and we hope to grow at least 10% for exports. We understand and acknowledge that we are largely primary product exporting state, which we want to slowly evolve into finished products and processed products, which is underway, sir. And in the Leeds logistic ratings, which was released last week by Government of India, we are rated one of the best achiever in terms of the logistical environment for exports and infrastructure in the country. And you know, sir, we are one of the overwhelmingly higher direct benefit transfer champions of probably the country for sure, and probably the world over, because there are some reports on which the amounts of direct benefit transfer and the impact it is creating on the lives and livelihoods of people has been noteworthy. So just for your understanding, so the kind of money we transfer in terms of pension benefits or farmer assistances or education schemes or health. And in terms of fish production, we are number one in the country as of today. And the seafood exports is about $2.5 billion. We are largely champions of the country in terms of marine and fisheries sector. Just a snapshot of what we do in this business environment. So just an idea about how many industries and how many large and mega industries are there. in our state. About 889 large industries, 117 mega industries. Mega industry is something which has more than 500 crores investments. And MSME is something that we want to really prioritize and build an ecosystem. We understood that world over there is a change in thinking. Previously, we thought a large industry would bring in an MSME, but we understand now that a robust MSME ecosystem is something which is very important to bring in a large and mega industry. So there's a shift in our thinking. So we have a larger priority to MSMEs, which is why the incentives are never stopped. So even though we have a little bit of dependency on the large and mega, but the MSME never suffered here. So just how many people, and we are a very strong MSME sector in terms of the services and food processing. The percentages speak for themselves. 25%, more than 24% is from services, and the next is followed by food processing industry. So which is where we want to build our narrative of industrial development in the future. It's a little bit of more detail into how many MSMEs we have. The ease of doing business, I have said. What ease of doing business is about how easy we had made a person's life when he or she has an understanding of starting a unit in terms of removing burdensome compliances or doing a process re-engineering, simplifying the procedures and trying to eliminate a human interface as much as possible and allow the person to apply on themselves and get all the clearances without having to go to anybody and meet anybody. So all those have been measured across, benchmarked across each states, and which is why we could really say that in the business reform action plan, which is popularly known as ease of doing business, we've been consistently performing well. Every year we bring in new reforms and we keep removing the compliances which are not required. So even last year we had removed about 187 unnecessary compliances we removed, and this year we propose to do another 300. Not required to give a document which is not required, which is otherwise available with the government. We still insist they need to be brought in. So such things we really are removing, and we are into the next level of evaluation this year. So the business reform action plan this year doesn't limit itself to thinking of ease of doing business. It is expanding to ease of living this year. There also we really are very comfortable because we've introduced these Gram Award Sachivalayam secretariats, which has brought in administration very closer to the people, to their doorstep. So the ease of living also we are really competitive when compared to the others. So
when the government of India is evolving its thought that it's not limited to ease of doing business, it's about ease of living. So I would only say that the state government's thinking also is aligned to that. Next, please. So this is another thing which is one of the first states to bring the single desk portal for all the applications. We brought in 24 departments with 90 online services, which is one of the first states to do, which was replicated from our model by the other states. So it's a continuously dynamic model, but we could really say that we're proud to say that the 23 departments have been brought in, and our compliance, SLA compliance is 98%. Though we say in 21 days we need to approve, but our turnaround time is average in about 8 to 9 days. So we really make an effort to ensure that whatever we have promised is not limited to just a paper, but we actually execute it much better than what we promised. Sir, also about the industrial corridors, this Andhra Pradesh is the only state where 3 industrial corridors, notified industrial corridors pass through: Vizag Chennai Industrial Corridor, Chennai Bangalore, and Hyderabad Bangalore. So our state is crisscrossed by 3 industrial corridors, and we really want to leverage on the infrastructure which will come through this and pitch ourselves strongly as a coast port-led developed and marine product developed, infrastructure-led developed state. This is just an idea of what are the industrial corridors and where do they pass through. So maritime infrastructure is something we all know that we are a coastal state, and we have to build our strength starting from the port. So, which probably was acknowledged by Honorable CM, and we are in the process of developing 4 major ports. So we already have major, minor included 6. We already have 4. We want to develop. It will be total 10 ports plus another 6 fishing harbors. So which means for every 50 to 60 kilometers there should be a facility available, either in terms of fishing harbor or a full-fledged port, so that we can totally leverage and build the we can be the gateway to the landlocked states as well. I can say, for example, sir, the Vizag port and Kakinada port have become gateway ports for Nepal as well. Though it is much closer to West Bengal, they still prefer Vizag and Kakinada because of the business environment and the comforts that we give through these infrastructures. So we want to really reach out to many other such places which are otherwise landlocked and can leverage through these infrastructures, so we can grow not only as a state but also as a country. Airports is another priority. So basically the logistical environment, the road infrastructure, rail infrastructure, port infrastructure, airport infrastructure, the logistical scenario of the state is what we want to really improve and ensure these assets are the forerunners in our growth story. So it is notified international, but not fully. So we are trying to get the services more now. Tirupati, no, sir. But we are trying to get. The proposal is with the Civil Aviation Ministry. So just the an idea about how much land we have. We are one of the biggest advantages of the state when we try to attract investors is the land bank that we have readily available with us. So APISC is largely responsible for maintaining the industry. There's just a few marquee investments that are in our state. So I'll briefly take you through the exports so that we go into audio quickly, sir. So I already said we are the 4th largest exporter in this country, and district as export hub is the current priority of Honorable Prime Minister also. So he wanted to ensure that all districts have one or the other product which is export worthy, as you were saying a while ago, in terms of scale also and quality also. Scale is always an issue with us, though the quality of our products is always remarkable, but the scale is what we need to work, and this district as export hub is exactly helping us to improve the scale by getting the infrastructure probably which is missing, or the quality certifications which are missing, and improving the quantity of production. So district as export hub, we have started working on, and as part of that, we're starting to make the export plans for each of the districts. As of now, we have prepared for Vizag, East Godavari and Guntur, but we propose to do for all the 26 districts and submitted to Government of India, and Government of India is graciously supporting us in terms of grant of about 40 crores to build in these district as export hubs. So there are some products which are identified which are export worthy, where giving a little bit of infrastructure support, the scale and the production quantities might improve. So we have kind of listed down the products with which we have to make a beginning, and the countries that they're already going to, and probably the neighboring countries where we can expand in, as a new market, and also to expand the existing market. I'll share all these details with you, sir. So district as export hub, as I've already said, sir, it's just to improve the scenario, both in terms of quality and quantity. Quantity is a challenge for us. Scale is a challenge. In this journey of export promotion, sir, we have identified the one district, one product idea also, which was started in Uttar Pradesh. We have some amazing GI tag products and products which are quite exclusive to Andhra Pradesh, where we can really showcase them to the world. So we've identified ODOP products not limited to one field. We have categorized them, as you see, as per GI tag products, the handloom products, handicrafts, food processing, manufacturing. All these products, though they work in their own verticals, but there is a bit of convergence when we look at them as an export hub. So every district might have more than one product, so we don't want to limit our thinking to only one product. So we have subcategorized them so that all these products get the attention that they deserve. We've made this exercise for all the districts and all the products that are available. So I'm just running through because I'll present this to you separately and too much of information I'll have. So this, since you are here, we thought we should show you the export performance in terms of these two countries, Norway and Germany as well. This is for Norway, sir, the products. The top 10 commodities which are going to Norway and the scope for AP and also Germany. There are products which can be added to these. These are the traditional products probably which were going without much of our intervention, but there are so many of them which can be added. So this, the analysis is to just ensure our scope is expanded, sir, and maybe the interactions today with the exporters would add to the discussion and maybe advise us on how to promote and be better. So from here, I will hand it over to Sunita Madam, sir, to have a greater discussion on handlooms and handicrafts, followed by Chiranjeev Chaudhary, sir, on the food processing, ODO, please.
Thank you, Srijana, for the excellent presentation. If you permit me, sir, I'll go ahead. Handlooms and handicrafts are not exactly export materials, but it wasn't actually perceived to be an export material. But today, with the changed circumstances, I think there's a very good climate available in the world over because of the environmentally friendly way it is done, the less power we use, and the very fact that it is handmade, it's become a niche product. Strictly speaking, we haven't actually looked at it from the export point of view, but now after ODOP has started, we started compiling the whole lot, and we've just given you those compilations. We found that there were 35 handloom products, and that itself was surprising to us because we just thought in terms of 8 seriously known products all over. And then there's also this comfort of working from home because today, if you see, the handloom worker or the handicraft worker works from his house, unlike the industry worker who goes there and does something. And then for the 32% of illiterate people in India, this is a very good income generating source because, as you know, many of the niche products are very highly paid. As we go through and we explain to you some of the things, one of the man had moved from weaving to making bronze statues, and he says his profit is over 1 to 2 crores per year. So this all is possible. So I'll just take you through this. We found that every district had some distinctive handicraft and handloom. We had 23 handicrafts, 35 handlooms, and about over 2 lakh handicraft workers are there, and over 1.5 lakh weavers are there. As you know, traditionally we have APCO and Lipakshi who do the marketing for these things. And though there are so many handicrafts, we thought from an export point of view, only a few of them would be actually possible. So we've listed out those potential handicrafts and handlooms. I'll take you through some of them. One of them is Pedana. This is very famous, the Kalamkari shirts. Now in Kalamkari, there are 2 types. One is the block printing, which is done in Pedana and Krishna, and the other one is the hand-printed Kalahasti one, which every line is hand-printed. So in Kalamkari, mostly, abroad also you have seen the colorful T-shirts, beach shirts which people wear, and then you have the bed sheets, and then you have the stoles and various other products. Now, roughly around 5 crores worth of handlooms are being exported to USA, Singapore, South Korea, and other European countries. And if you all are not familiar with this process, I can explain. how it is done. You're familiar, so I'll not waste your time there. And the next one is Kalahasti one, where every single line is hand painted. This is more costly compared to the Pedana one because this is block printing and this is and the other one is the bronze casting from Guntur. This is what I was talking about. So this person, he has made this the Gandhi statue. Please move on, Andy. Bronze casting Guntur. Yeah. So this one, he has done bronze casting in he has done the Gandhi statue in White House. So I hope he'll come in the afternoon later on session. He was telling me about how he has shared a meal with President Obama twice, and that's the kind of hype he has. And he makes all the statues of all Gandhi political leaders like YSR, NTR, and other things. And his margin of profit also was very high. We also have the bronze casting. This is in Tenali. This bronze casting is being done. We also have the Panchaloha statues, which are there for the temples and pujas and other things. So all that is being done here, and they make it and sell it outside. The next is the crochet lace from West Godavari. There are over 1.25 lakh handicrafts people here. The PD was saying that's actually 2 lakhs. So this has a very good potential. There was an Irishman who had come down and who had taught these women all this kind of work. And this has a very good potential. Right now, they're supplying cushion covers to IKEA or IKEA. I don't know how you pronounce it. One of them. So, but there's a potential for this because it is in terms of dresses. They have bed sheets and then table cut thing and all that. So, if we would like to do a wall, then I would definitely put this on the wall in your embassies. The other one is the imitation gold jewelry. This is done in Bandar. A lot of it is going around and it's quite famous. This is around $440 million imitation jewelry to Germany. And this was taken up by some, the source is some economic complexity, MIT. So we have a good thing here and we would like to work with you on this issue. Elur carpets, this was started by some Persian origins, but it's not doing too well. If there is any market in either Norway or Germany, we would like to handle this and make it a little bigger. There is potential, but we are looking for markets in this. And ours don't compare to the Kashmiri kind of carpets, but then definitely there is something which is existing here. Wonderful toys. This is very exclusive. This is handmade. I mean, carved with the hand. There's a knife, and this they use the ankudu karra, which is the type of wood. It's a white wood, and they carve everything with the hand. Totally handmade. These are toys which you would have seen from when you were small and played with them during your growth process, because both of you happen to be from Andhra, and very beautiful toys. And here we were looking at making something more from this, evolving a little more designs in which people can carry them in the flights for the G20 and other things. We have given them these various designs, and we are just waiting for their order to come through. The other one is the Etikopaka. The difference between this and that is Etikopaka is a machine, and with which they then it runs, and then they put the wood and carve it with the machine. Unlike Konapalli, where every stroke is with the hand. So this is a little more elegant to look at because it is done with the machine, and this is also very. They have hand made lacquer. Dyes are also very organic, so this is very good for the environment. And our PCCF Madhusudan Reddy, who happens to be a batchmate, has also agreed to raise a nursery for the forest of this particular wood which is required, so that they can use more of that. The other one is now we're moving on to the handloom side. Uppada Jamdani, you would have heard of this. It's silk, and this has been bought from the 18th century Jamdani, which is a Persian word. Jamdani weavers in Bengal and other places too. But Uppada, which was actually doing cotton, moved into this, and now they no longer do cotton. They find it so, profitable to do this. It's sought all over India, and there are certain exclusive designs like the Kalpavriksha, which is shown here. Yeah. So this is a product which is very popular among the ladies, NRIs also. So I think we could have a kind of first this thing where we have a market for the NRI Indians outside there, and then market for the rest of the other things also. And this is one which is very popular there. The next is the Dharmavaram silk. This is the oldest silk, I think, which has been there. It is almost like Kanchi, and the truth is many of the products made in Dharmavaram are slipped on to Kanchi and then they sell it as Kanchi. It's actually made in Dharmavaram. And the designs and all are very old and traditional, and it's still, they've evolved also. They've brought in a lot of new designs. So it's a mixture of both old and new, and it's doing very well. The Madhavaram silks is another thing which is in Kadapa district. Now, from 1870s, these have been mentioned that that this Madhavaram silk is there. It was done by some Tugota Padmashali community, and this again in one of the this is one of the most sold products from our APCO side. People generally buy this. It's light silk and quite beautiful. Chirala is very famous. It's centuries old. It was done by the Padmashali, Devanga and Patsali communities, and this is generally, they use the Kuppadam saris here. I mean, if you remember last time what you had bought was Kuppadam. So it's done in Chirala. And earlier the famous story where the sari used to put into a matchbox, that was also from Chirala. Today we have a lot of good weavers there, very, very artistic, but much more can be done here. Then we have the Venkatagiri, which is from Nellore district, earlier Nellore, now it is in Tirupati. These are very famous cotton ones. They've also started Venkatagiri Paithani saris, which are very popular today. And then the famous Mangalgiri. Mangalgiri is the cotton, which is very famous. They've also have some silk also. There are also shalwars and other things which are going on here. Now to move on to the men's section, in the Produttur, that is in Kadapa, we have the Rupyon silk shirting, and so famous. The silk moves from Kadapa to Anantapur, Bangalore, and they use this silk from thing. It's also used in furnishings, and I remember there was a friend, 19 years back, I was in MD APCO, and there was a French order where they had used this for furnishings in the palace, the thing of France. And today there's a good domestic market also. And then we have the Pedapuram silk. Generally, all the dhotis the bridegroom wears on his wedding is from Pedapuram. It's a very good kind of silk. It's very thin, but it's good. And then we have the last is this. This is Pulaguta and Murumunda. These shirtings have been done by a NGO called Dastagiri, Andhra. You must have heard about them. What they did is they started a Malka unit. Malka unit is where they take the cotton yarn, make the yarn cotton, put in that Malka becomes yarn, and with that yarn they make this. So like a comprehensive unit, and it's totally environmental friendly kind of product. And they've also taught them various designs, and this is very good. What you see, shirts and that furnishing kind of material. And we've given you the contact numbers of both APCO and Lepakshi here. Our APCO MD is also here with me, Mr. Naik. And Lepakshi is special of OSD is also there, Mr. Lakshminath. He is there. So for any further queries or shopping, they'll be available. Thank you. We'll also run you through when you come out to the products. We'll have a small display here. We'll take it. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
With the presentation, the food processing one. Yeah. Good morning to all of you, and welcome Dr. Bimala Bhaskar ji and Shri Harish ji to our state and India.
He's worked in horticulture, so he's done a lot of work there. So you can go deep into that subject and he will know everything about the horticulture products. And recently, also, you can also take tips from that.
Okay. That is too much of demand. Anyway, thank you so much for your kind words. I'll be just taking you through the overview of the food processing sector which will include agri, horti, aqua produce as a whole. Now, this is just the scenario of existing horticulture produce in our country. Sunita ma'am was speaking about horticulture. Now, Andhra Pradesh is currently one of the largest at the national level, and this progress we have achieved in the last 1 decade. We are the largest producer of fruits in the country. In fact, the other day we had a presentation from the Niti Aayog, and the member agriculture suggested to our Honorable Chief Minister, why don't you name your state as fruit and fish state? Because you are the largest producer nationally and you are growing so fast. So that would be one maybe branding of these produce. So we have just given a brief, currently our produce, where all it is going, and the volume and the value. Like chilies, banana, cashew, mango pulp. Mango pulp, again, you would be aware, Chittoor is the largest cluster of mango pulp in the country. We have more than 50 major industries with all kinds of pulp. Major work is on mango pulp, but then they also do guava, papaya, gooseberry, and other products during the off season of the mango. So they work almost for 9 months, and most of these are exported. Domestic consumption is there, but it is also being exported to several countries. Banana, we started almost three and a half years back. Our banana is going to mostly Middle East countries, about 30 to 40 Middle East countries. And other produce, you were referring about turmeric. We have good quality of turmeric, which is currently being produced in Andhra Pradesh with high curcumin content. And these are also certified. Some of the farmers producer organizations, some of the farmers are also here. Maybe depending on the time, you could also interact. But as you were pointing to us before we came for this formal meeting, we need to really tie up on the supply chain and the scale up. If we are able to do it successfully, and in that direction, we are moving towards organizing our farmers into cooperatives, which is Farmer Producer Organization, Farmer Producer Company. Andhra Pradesh has the largest network of microfinance, that is Women's Self-Help Group, and they are very rich in social capital. We would like to convert them into economic activity, and that effort is also going on, and the results are quite satisfactory. So this is briefly some of the strategy which we are adopted is like, as I said, value chain development, crop-wise, which is already happening in Andhra Pradesh. It has been started training and capacity building. Creation of infrastructure, that was another weak area which we were worried about. But again, in the last 5 years, we have improved. We have strengthened by adding a lot of infrastructure, which helps us to ship our product to the other countries. Branding also we have started, branding and marketing. Now, this is overall status of some of our produce, where we are number 1, number 2, number 3. You can see papaya in terms of productivity, papaya, tomato, coconut, oil palm. In fact, oil palm at the national level, 80% of the production comes from Andhra Pradesh. Other states just together, they contribute only 20%. Then sweet orange is there, banana, brinjal, chili, we are the largest producer in the world. Of course, mango, Baganpalli mango had GI tag. We have got the GI tag for the Baganpalli mango, but we need to exploit that, the GI status of that. Onion, KP onion is unique to Kadapa. In addition to that, we have that northern variety of onion where Kurnool also produces, and the cashew. So these are the products where we are either 1, 2, or 3 at the national level. We are still, yeah, I agree, yeah. Yes. In terms of some of the produce like spices, chili, we are the leader. In terms of the variety, productivity, and export also. Major export happens from Andhra Pradesh. In turmeric also now, production is quite good, but only thing is that earlier our turmeric variety did not have high curcumin content. Now that variety is being replaced, and farmers are also converting to organic, which was earlier, combined with micro irrigation. So drip irrigation is now being used extensively by farmers of Andhra Pradesh. per hectare. We are quite low. Yeah. Yes. The highest is 48, 49 tons internationally. Yeah, recently Vietnam has taken over. Hmm. Yeah, UP is there. UP is not even 20, it's almost 18 to 20. 18 to 20, Uttar Pradesh. But again, see, one is earlier most of our mango crops was rain-fed. Rain-fed. Now micro irrigation is being introduced. Absentee landlordism was there. Second, now the high density plantations are also being taken up the farmer. Earlier it was very wide spacing of 9 meter by 9 meter, 10 meter by 10 meter, that kind of thing. So with that now productivity, but as you rightly said, yes, we are very low in terms of productivity. Yeah, we don't have.
They get much better value.
Yeah.
And it's possible.
It's possible. It's possible. And the funny thing is, our scientists are teaching other countries scientists to do it.
Not teaching us.
Scientists that they learn from USA how to produce mangoes and
Oh, definitely, I think we will work on this. I also have my colleague from those departments, horticulture department is the district director. So I think definitely we will work on this. Yes. Yeah. But then we are also trying to motivate for value addition like mango pulp, which is being done with the highest quality standards aseptic condition in Chittoor. So that is available throughout the year. We are also going for IQF of mango. There is a huge demand in US, I was told, US and some European countries for IQF. So if we are able to successfully demonstrate that IQF mango and dehydrated mango as a snacks is high in demand in many of the countries.
I think fresh mango,
yeah,
long shelf life.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yes, yes. You see, here the problems what we have been facing, of course, that is our internal problem we need to sort out is, see, the freight charges are quite high. We are working with the PITA and the Ministry of Commerce. Number two, the sea transport protocol are still not, because we tried shipping it to London. It took almost about 19 to 20 days. But by the time it reached, it was not in a good shape and size. So we need to develop on that protocol, working with the research universities to ensure that we have a standard protocol for shipment through the sea route, because there the volumes are very high. And we don't have. We have started now that initiative. Yeah, yeah, yes, yeah.
Target to do 10% per annum, saying mission mode.
Yes.
Then that is the biggest trigger for export. Non-global gap certified farms will not be in a position to export.
Yes. So I think global gap certification, horticulture department is working on it. Shortly, maybe in 2-3 years we should have it. We have organic certified farms for which demand is there. Like Baganpalli mango has a huge demand. We have been exporting to European countries. We have been exporting to Australia, New Zealand, US. There's huge demand. Quality is one aspect again where we are working to ensure that our samples are of highest quality. So that area again, for last 5 years we have done a lot of work and we have substantially improved the quality of these mango.
The problem was on packaging. Most retail outlets want they don't want 12 or 8, they want 4 in a packet, and they want all mango sizes to be of the same. So roughly about 5 grams. Yeah. It's easy for them to sell all of the same type. That Indian exporters are not being able to meet, and they want a shelf life of at least 8 months, 8 to 9 days after reaching the retail market.
8 to 9 days shelf life we can meet. There should not be any problem with regard to. Yes, yes. It depends on the transportation. Yes, and then part that uniform size. Now we have got pack houses where that part is being taken care, and some of our exporters have been able to sell in Singapore in a packet of 4, 6. So that is culture is catching up, but yes, still a way to go. So some of these are very relevant and critical issues which you have pointed out, and definitely it will help. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. No. Hmm. Yes, 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 yes. No, thank you so much. These are really critical inputs which will help us to further disseminate it and discuss with our exporters and the farmers and improve our business. It will really help us. Thank you so much. Swarnrekha mango, there's huge demand in South Korea. In fact, they like because of that reddish tinge. But again, their inspection system is very complicated, and we are trying to sort it out with Government of India and simplify it. Now, these are the infrastructure facility which I was talking about. 10 years back, we did not have these many. But now we have got almost every part of the state. The true strength which we have in Andhra Pradesh now is, besides the production productivity, the infrastructure for grading, sorting, packing, and meeting the quality standards in other countries. And then phytosanitary certification authority. It was a huge challenge for us. Our exporters had to go to Bangalore or Chennai to get those certificates. Now we have got within our own state at 8 locations. 8 locations, our officers, online, they are able to give on the spot the phytosanitary certificate. In fact, the banana which I was talking about, banana which is loaded in Tadipatri railway station, it's a small railway station in Andhra Pradesh. Here, it is shipped directly through Konkan to JNPT, Mumbai. From there, it goes to the destination and is open only at the destination. In between, there is no unpacking. So everything is completed here and it just gets transported to the destination, and that has really helped us. So it is going to all the Middle East countries. It is going to Iraq, Abu Dhabi, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, but all Middle East countries only. We have not been able to penetrate into European and the other market. Yes. Global gap, and our quality also has to further improve. Yes. The two things, and the price also, we are not able to compete with the other countries who are currently supplying them. Yes. So that is another part. So we need to be price competitive as well. So we are working on that now with the introduction of the customized fertigation technology, micro irrigation. We need to bring down the cost of cultivation and improve the quality and productivity. Productivity we have been able to improve, but still we can further improve on it. Currently we are at almost 65, 66 metric ton per hectare productivity. Banana. Yeah. This is like that scaling up, which is a huge problem. In that direction, we are working on this concept of aggregation through farmer producer organization. This we have had a good experience on this, but because it's a process which takes time, it cannot happen overnight. So we are working on it. It requires continuous efforts, but we are moving in the right direction. And the government's focus is also there on this. And we have been receiving quite good support from the farming community. Already Srijana had mentioned about our aqua produce, which Andhra Pradesh is well known. Now we have just given some of the area under aquaculture, 2.12 lakh hectare, largest producer of fish and shrimp. Our CAGR for the last 7 years has been 12.9%. Home for 70% of the fish hatcheries, consumer of 80% of the aqua feed, houses 60% of processing plants for exports, and largest user of aquaculture inputs. Here again, there are some regulatory issues where government has come out with the Seed Act and other regulatory mechanism to ensure that those things are taken care of. And I think we should be doing much better, and the opportunity for this with Germany and Norway, maybe we could explore and we could request your support and the guide in what way we can further improve on this. No, I'm not directly dealing with this. We have a Commissioner Fisheries, and there is a representative officer here. Unfortunately, today Commissioner Fisheries is not at headquarters, he could not be present. But we look forward to your suggestions, whatever suggestions are there. Yes. Yeah. There is no value addition.
Very less, sir. Yes, sir.
Very less, almost like nothing. You just bring it.
Yeah, it's all raw.
You box it
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
you export it,
Yes.
and then they do value addition
Mainly
in Vietnam and other
Mm,
places, and then
mm,
they export to Japan and US.
Yeah.
the IQF products are mainly they are demanding. So maybe IQF products are going to other
But
countries.
why you are not able to do value addition there?
Yeah, value addition is very.
Maybe I think some of the businessmen they are
Business
here.
I should say.
Yeah, business associate they can maybe react on this part. If somebody is representing Aqua,
Is from a processing
Yes,
plant.
I am the processing tank.
you're
We
okay.
are trying to develop the value-added product. That is IQF product. That's a value-added product. Here we have some problems with skilled people to peel the shrimps.
Skilled people to peel
I
the
don't think
shrimp.
there is a shortage.
No.
You should go to the skilling ministry and ask them to.
Sure. We are already giving the trainings also.
No, but I just see recently I visited one unit in Chirala. That is a private unit, but complete produce is being marketed by ITC.
Yes.
So they are doing. It's a very professional, sophisticated work which I saw. I was so impressed. All the workers fully sanitized, gloves, everything, and beautifully they are doing this IQF customized. What?
But that is for the domestic market.
No, it's all export, 100% export.
See, out of 2.5 billion that goes from the state as marine product exports, okay, almost 2.3 billion goes as zero value addition.
Yeah.
Cooking of the sleep and the other values also started.
No, I fully agree with you. It has started recently, and value addition started recently. We are at the low level. Yeah.
Create jobs.
Absolutely. Vietnam is much ahead.
They're importing
Yes.
the raw material and
Yeah.
they are
Yes. Value addition is one part where maybe we'll request the fisheries department to interact with the exporters and the aqua business people and work out the modalities. No, maybe the funding could be an issue. Maybe some other could be the issue. I think we should work on it. You are absolutely right.
Ready to eat also our people.
Yeah, recently it has started. Ready to eat also. Yeah. Ready to eat also they have started. Fish storage. Shrimp loan. Shrimp it has started, but still low. Fish, absolutely there is no value. Yeah, zero addition.
Plus, I don't know, also in terms of actual fishing, big trawlers are I think along the coast, they are of course, that's a larger problem for the whole country. Yes.
Yes, sir. In deep sea fishing trawlers, recently under PMSSY scheme, we have introduced it, sir. And recently one vessel has came from the Cochin shipyard. We have ordered it, and we are promoting the deep sea fishing, sir. So maybe because it's in the nursery stage. So once it's developed, so we can go for the forwards.
Yeah, this is another area. Yeah, and while introducing that, we also need to be careful about environmental issues which other countries are talking about.
There's no environmental issue. We are not even doing
Oh,
fishing
US
within the territorial waters
Yes.
fully.
Yes.
Leave alone going into the EEZ area. Whereas other countries are happily moving in there and they're sending their trawlers and they're doing fishing, including in some of our areas of Pradesh. EEZ areas. So I think we have underexploited.
We have to be a little aggressive in this part. Maybe I
we
think
can do much more.
yeah.
Basically, in terms of
value addition and then
fish,
yeah.
or even actual even
exploitation.
exploiting the fish also.
This is just the figures of the past export figures, India versus Andhra Pradesh, which anyway I think was some summary was presented by Srujana, so I will not get into this. Now, possible areas of cooperation. These are just our thoughts, and you could guide us, you could suggest us, and give us some more concrete advices. Marine fishery sector is a deeply fishing vessels with onboard processing facilities, as you had mentioned. Marine catch control for high-valued species. Mother vessels for handling the exports of variety and transfer of seafood processing technology. These are the areas where we can collaborate, and maybe we could learn because Germany is quite well known. Yes, it's quite So if there is any possibility to explore such collaboration, government of Andhra Pradesh should be happy to take advantage of the situation, and we would like to get benefited. Similarly, for aquaculture also, some of the our thoughts and which we feel that maybe that could help us, say post-harvest and aquatourism. So these are the areas where we are not good at, but we would like to learn. And maybe with your experience, not only in Germany, in other countries also, you would have worked, so you could help us, and we would be very happy to proactively participate in those things.
Actually, industry knows, I mean.
Yeah.
I don't know about government, but industry is fully
They
aware.
must be.
They have been to Thailand, they've been to China, they've been to Vietnam, they've been to other fish processing areas. They know what is going on. And if they want, they can, I think they are in a position to do it. I don't know what are the problems or issues.
Why we are not able to?
Yeah,
maybe they will be able to give us the right kind of feedback that why we are not able to take off. Although the possibility is there and the knowledge is there, maybe. But we could also explore the possibility if you could help us. That would be, yeah. The export promotion initiative, which currently it is being taken by the state government, like February Buyer Sellers Meet, International Fish Festival, exposure visits and knowledge. We could again collaborate on these. Marine catch culture technology, fish processing, then alternate renewable energy source, motorized craft and aqua feeds. And
I don't think it's such a major issue, but yeah, you can use hydrogen, you can use any other alternate fuel, there are fuel cells.
These are the emerging technology now.
Emerging technologies, but actually the hydrogen thing is more interesting for your agriculture sector. The agri wastes can be brought together.
Yeah.
You can have you can aggregate all the agricultural waste and maybe use that to produce biomethane. A lot of it is being used. But more on the lines of how you have milk cooperatives which aggregate milk. If you aggregate bio-waste from a lot of farmers in primarily agricultural districts, then you can have a sustainable source of biomethane, and from that you can also produce green hydrogen.
In fact, there was a proposal sometime back in the Industries Department where I think it was from Germany only, converting this bio-waste into some kind of other byproducts like plates, cups, mugs, and so many other usable items, in addition to the biomethane and other things. So I think the government is exploring, but I think, yeah, we need to. This is ODOP, which was also, Smita also spoke about it. So these are the various agri products which we have shown here. And these 4 district collectors who are participating today, these are the Kakinada, Krishna, NTR, and Guntur. So some of the specific products of those 4 districts also. So the district-wise, these products have been identified, action plans have been prepared or are in the process of preparation, and the work is taking off on the various aspects to ensure that we are able to compete with the export market and we are able to export on the larger volumes, which ultimately will improve the livelihoods and the income aspect of the farming community. Millet is a huge product in our state, where the quantity is good and we have a variety of millet. And now the organic part is also coming. The certified organic is also coming, so that is one area where
next year will be the International Year of
millet 2023.
Millets, again, the main problem will be scale.
I think millets, we should be able to meet the scale. We have that much of potentiality. We should be able to organize millets.
To have the processing ability and the scale, I think it's...
Now, processing, I have not talked about food processing. Now, government of Andhra Pradesh has taken up the initiative to establish 1 big mega secondary processing units, each in all the 26 districts. In the first phase, we'll be taking up 10. We are in the final stage of getting the money. We are planning to ground it maybe by the end of December. So these are the big secondary processing units, which also includes 13 millet processing units at 13 locations. Because processing has been one of the bottlenecks. So the government is conscious of it, and government wants for the first time to try the plug and play model, where we create everything and hand over to the private business group. They will run it on the lease basis. So that is a model which we have decided for ourselves, and it's on the final almost. We are going to launch it very soon. In next 1 year, we should have at least 10 to 12 such mega food processing units in addition to the food parks which are already functioning in the state, which I have also given the list here. So that also is going to happen. Now, these are some of the produce where Andhra Pradesh, like cashew. We are the second largest producer at the national level in terms of cashew. Millet, non-timber forest produce, which is earlier called MFP. So there also there is a huge potentiality. Jaggery products, pulses, coconut-based products. Our coconut productivity is highest at the national level. Araku coffee, you are anyway familiar. I don't need to talk about it. Groundnut products, aqua products, spices, chilies and turmeric, fruits and vegetables fresh. Ready to eat and ready to cook is one unique thing which is there in Andhra Pradesh, very popular domestically. Maybe we would like to popularize outside as well. So there the food processing department is working on formalization, licensing regulations, quality standards, branding, those kind of things to ensure that acceptability outside becomes, we are able to penetrate outside market also.
Plant-based protein is one of the largest growing food processing. You have a product which is attractive. Any plant-based protein product, not necessarily mushroom, but seaweed also. Seaweed.
So soya also, sir.
The products made from soya.
Yeah.
Soya.
So it is.
It's like plant-based,
Like
plant-based chicken, plant-based
health bars, nutri bars, those.
We call them like nutri nuggets, but there it is processed to an extent where the soya product looks like, tastes like, and appears like chicken or fish products or like shrimp or like beef or pork. In that case, that is one of the largest growing fields, especially for export.
I am sure some of the industry representatives who are participating today, they'll take a cue out of these suggestions and start working on it, because our people are quite enterprising, and I'm sure that they should catch up with some of these ideas. And and of course, on the government side, we'll provide them support. Then rice products and honey. So these are tagged on to the particular district, and there is an action plan, and we are working on the various aspects to improve the marketability, quality, scalability, and everything. This is the approach which we are following. I will not take much time on this, which I said that as part of development of secondary food processing industries. So basically, we have almost about 1.6 lakh unorganized food processing unit, which is the largest. So we want to migrate them into an organized sector with all these branding, regulatory things, quality standards, packaging, marketing, all those things. So that part we are working, and this is the model which we are following. We have the micro units, then the cluster, then the federation, and then from there. So this is still in the nascent stage, but we are working consistently on this. Export potential of this, some of these 4 districts are especially mentioned. The collectors are there. If they would like to maybe intervene and add anything, they could add. Otherwise, these 4 districts are known for, of course, chili. And I was talking about this ready to cook and ready to eat. So this surrounding districts of the Vijayawada, the NTR, Guntur, this district is known for various kinds of such things. And we are working on branding of some of these products, branding and marketing. These are the list of food parks which are operational. Currently in Andhra Pradesh, and they have been doing business, domestic as well as the export. It deals with all kinds of agri, horti, as well as aqua products. These are spread all across the state. These are some of, again, these are our thoughts. If you feel that this will be appropriate and it could help us. One is Export Inspection Council may be established in Vijayawada to equip manpower on a pre-export inspection and procedures to receive provision for certification of peanut products, fish and fish products, animals. So this is we thought that maybe formalization of whatever is happening on this will help us. Center of excellence in terms of transfer of technology. Technology is one area we are not very robust, not very strong, and we would like to learn from Germany and Norway if they could offer us. And I'm sure there are certain things which can be offered to us. Aquatic quarantine facilities may be established in Visakhapatnam, Kakinada, Krishnapur in PPP mode. Organize B2B exhibitions that will also help us to promote our products. So these are only for your thoughts, and if you could help us in formalizing these collaborative approach, it would be of great help to the state. Activate IGCC and NITI. This is set up export promotion cell for Andhra Pradesh in Indo-German Chamber of Commerce and Norway India Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Set up offices of both in Vijayawada to strengthen the bilateral ties. Technology transfer, which already are covered in the 30th part. Skill development of workers in the food processing. Of course, this is one area where we can also work domestically with our own resources. But if there is any advanced kind of technology or training that we would like to learn, and institutional collaboration. That is student exchange. That's a long-term vision where we think that maybe that will help us to build up that kind of ecosystem from the beginning. And then we'll be able to further strengthen and improve on it. So this is basically my presentation. This is again ODAP only list, just for your idea purpose. And I'll be sharing the soft copy and hard copy of the presentation both, just for your reference so that you can keep it in mind. And this interaction of today's should end up in some kind of concrete partnership between Andhra Pradesh and the two countries with support from both of you. So this is from my side. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Sir, I have two more small presentations before the coffee break and in between them. So one is about the Economic Development Board, which is an organization which is one of its kind in the country, which is important for promotion of all these activities outside the country also. So a very brief presentation on the EDP and followed by the SDG presentations, and we'll be done with the presentations for today, sir. Prasad Garu, please, quickly.
Thank you, ma'am. Good morning, sirs. I would like to outline Andhra Pradesh Economic Development Board as a nodal point of contact for all the investments. So we could leverage from your offices in terms of everything associated with investments to the state of Andhra Pradesh. Quickly, sir, we are participating in multiple kind of activities. Recently, we have participated in World Economic Forum, where we showcase our strength to the World Economic Forum and the kind of customers they brought in. And from external engagement perspective, we largely engage ourselves with the domestic and international partners through High Commissionerates and at the same time Consular Generals. That way, we would be there in terms of any particular organization that would like to set up their kind of office here in Andhra Pradesh. And from policy perspective, we quickly do a review in terms of how the policies affect across different kinds of organizations. And we actually nurture those kinds of activities in a way that we could actually suggest in terms of the changes as well. But I think in a way, as ma'am has mentioned, Economic Development Board could be utilized in a bigger manner from your offices to ensure that we actually focus on various kinds of sectors that we have. So quickly, from electronics and solar perspective, I would like to showcase some of the areas where we are quite strong at. I have outlined to an extent of 8 of them. One is electronics and solar, where we produce to an extent of $3 to $3.5 million, 3 to 3.5 million mobile phones every month in the state of Andhra Pradesh, and which get exported to different kinds of countries. And from contract perspective, contribution perspective, we do have 10% of the overall kind of production that comes from the state of Andhra Pradesh. And largely when it comes to the electronic manufacturing clusters, we are focusing on EMC areas in Tirupati as EMC 1 and 2 and YSR Kopati areas as well. Similarly, in pharmaceutical areas, we do have a pharmacy between Vizag and Srikakulam kind of areas where we can elevate that in a major way. And we actually produce a lot of generic medicine and at the same time medicine that's associated with export as well. So this could also be leveraged from your offices to take it further. So we have discussed extensively on food processing, and we've been working with different kinds of entities to make sure how we can grow not only from first level kind of processing, but also in terms of value adds as well from second level and third level. We are interacting with some of the organizations in Vietnam and other Southeast Asian countries. That way we can see how we can actually provide those kind of inputs to the organizations here. in Andhra Pradesh. Similarly, from chemicals and petrochemical side, everybody is aware that Andhra Pradesh has the largest reserve when it comes to petroleum kind of activities, and the PCPR region is one of the examples as such. And from capital goods, sir, we do from clusters perspective and machinery engineering, we do have very large and mega units that are placed at different kinds of SEZs across the state, and we would like to leverage those as well from your office. And from textiles, ma'am has very clearly as outlined in terms of where we stand at this point in time, but this is just a snapshot of where we are, and we would like to just take those kinds of projects to the next level and elevate them in a major way. And from tires and automobiles and EV, these are, from EV perspective, this is up and coming kind of an area. We have been interacting with several kinds of organizations across the globe, but we would like to take it to the next level in terms of being that kind of niche area. And internally, we are working with organizations like Convergence India. That way, we can set up the infrastructure available right here in AP, so people actually see this state as the key state when it comes to EV as well. And sir, we are actually working on toys and furniture as well, sir. And we are partnering with a particular SEZ called Kandla, which is a wood-related furniture park that's based in Gujarat. So we would like to see if there is a way that we can also we would also set something up like that in the state of Andhra Pradesh, so we can elevate this particular area as well. So these are some of the marquee kind of investments that we have received in the past many years. And from the major differences that everybody has talked about, sir, one is we have been ranked as #1 for the past 4 years when it comes to EODB related activities. And we actually leverage these kinds of achievements that we had in the past. And along with that, when it comes to policy perspective, we are focusing on the power related activities. And at the same time, the water sources that we have and the land, and at the same time, the average wage cost in different kinds of areas where the organizations are set up. For example, some of the cost associated with having a particular skilled person in AP is much less in comparison to the surrounding kind of states. So, which is something that we are predominantly working on. And our focus by 2029, we would like to be big with respect to the infrastructure development in industrial corridors. And we are focusing a lot on port-led kind of industrialization, and which we would like to take to the next level in terms of sending this message to various kinds of countries. So we could work with various kinds of organizations that are focused on port-led kind of business growth. And by 2050, we're looking at 3 different things, sir. We would like to be the global destination for all the investors. And at the same time, when it comes to logistics, we would like to be quite niche in terms of the present technology and advanced technology. And we also would like to be the kind of gateway to Southeastern Asia. That way we can actually, the other organizations or other countries would actually see us as the niche kind of state in this particular area. Sir, and after that, I put together some of the slides associated with Norway and all, but officers have already covered it, so I could quickly skip that. That's about it, sir. But I think from your office's perspective, if there are certain activities that we would like, you would want us to focus on, we would be very happy to work with your organizations. That way, we can take those kind of conversations to the next level with those organizations.
So EDB is a very unique model that our state has. It's most of the lessons were picked up by Invest India in terms of running an organization. Also, it's a very multilateral organization. It's not limited by the bars of any department. So we do interdepartmental interface here. So though it is under Industries Department. Yes. Yes.
Absolutely, sir. Sure, sir.
Yes.
We actually participate in activities such as Hanover Messi. That way we can attract those kinds of organizations to come to you. Yes, sir.
You need to prepare
Next one, sir.
Next year. Yes, sir.
So I come to the last presentations on the Sustainable Development Goals, sir. So after this, we'll break for coffee, and after coffee, we'll have a round of the visit and then come back for the interactions.
Good morning, everyone. Initially, we'll deal with the aspirational districts. Then I'll move on to the SDGs. I don't know. Yeah. Next. I think yesterday you might have interacted with the collector and the relevant officers there. So, yeah. Okay. So, I mean, as you're aware, these aspirational districts initiative is Prime Minister's initiative, and this is aiming at the transformation of the most underdeveloped districts across the country. There are 49 key performance indicators under 5 broad socio-economic themes: health, nutrition, education, agriculture and water resources, as well as financial inclusion and skill development and infrastructure. So in our case, Andhra Pradesh, we have 3 districts. Earlier it was Vizianagaram, Visakhapatnam and Kadapa. We have restructured our districts 13 to 26. So now we have proposed to Parvatipuram Manyam in place of Vizianagaram, which is predominantly a tribal populated district, and ASR district, that is Paderu area, Uttarapachodvaram, in place of Visakhapatnam district. So the orders are yet to come. Then, as just now I mentioned about the 5 major themes, now there are 49 indicators. So the weightage to each theme is given. It's ranked at, it is reckoned to 100. So as of now, the 3 districts are ranking. Vizianagaram is 5th rank. Kadapa is at 3rd rank, YSR Kadapa, and Visakhapatnam is at 3rd rank. Actually, this is done every month in with a comparative performance. It's not just a rank. So month to month, how they are performing is being done.
How much prize money to take garner overall?
Actually, there are very little prize money, sir. We could get 5 crores, Kadapa could get, and similar amount in Visakhapatnam also. Yeah, we got. Yeah. So that's in brief about aspirational districts. In fact, for India, we have prepared the dashboards. The Champions of Change dashboard has been prepared by Planning Department of AP. That is being followed across the country. So we are pioneers in working with the government of India. We still handle these dashboards from our end, which is being Farniti.
Okay.
Back office. So then we'll move on to SDGs. So you are aware very much about the SDGs. I just a backdrop of how the SDGs emerged. Just for understanding of everybody here, this is a succeeding of Millennium Development Goals, which is being adopted by 193 countries. So SDGs presently have 17 goals and 169 targets. The implementation period is up to 2030, 16 to 30. All SDGs of 17 have to be achieved by 2030. So the main theme of the goals, you're aware, sir, but leave no one behind is the main theme of the SDGs. So we have brought in a proper monitoring mechanism in our state also. We have done various initiatives. So I'd like to share only those initiatives which the government of Andhra Pradesh has taken up. You're aware, so there are 4 broadly, we have divided the goals into 4 sectors. The social sector containing 6 goals, the economic sector containing 5 goals, the environmental sector containing 4, and fostering peace and partnership 2. So total 17 we are divided into the 4 major sectors. Then in AP, we have developed a strategy of implementation. Primarily, the indicators we have mapped with the existing schemes being implemented with the government of Andhra Pradesh. Then we do have consultations with the stakeholders, and also we are syncing the programs of national importance and the government of India development programs. Then we mapped both state schemes and government India schemes. Then we worked out a monitoring strategy through the dashboards. So if you see, this is the arrangement like national level. There is a Niti Aayog, as you're aware. So a similar kind of arrangement we do have at the state level. Both the Directorate of Economics and Statistics as well as Planning Department in coordination working with the all line departments. So at the state level, we have developed an institutional arrangement. Similar arrangement with the collector as a head of the coordinating team at the district level. With all the departments, chief planning officer is being the convener of the team. So this is how the like national level we do have at state level and district level. So what is unique about AP? You can see. We have like in aspirational districts, in sustainable development goals also, we have developed a specific strategy for AP, particularly on mapping as well as localization of the goals. So we have appointed nodal officers. This is about the 475 indicators being the SDG framework which Niti has brought up. Out of which what we did is, it is not just SDG. We have combined all aspirational, multidimensional, livability, and good governance. All four indices we have covered with the 475 indicators. Similarly, we have brought a granularity like localization of these goals to grassroots level. So as our previous officers were mentioning about the village level and ward level secretariats, where in a village about 2,000 population is having a secretariat. Similarly, in an urban areas, 4,000 population is having a ward secretariat. Yes. Household same thing. Family same. Families.
2,000
Population.
500 families, 1,000 players in 500 in rural.
500 rural, 1,500 in
urban. Families. Population wise, it is done on a population basis. So 2,000 population in rural areas having one secretariat, 4,000 in urban areas having a secretariat. So in urban secretariats we have 10 functionaries. In rural secretariats we have 11 functionaries. So what we did is 115 indicators are being taken up for assessment of ranking, performance ranking. But what we are doing is, we have taken up livability index as well as multidimensional poverty. So 189 we are monitoring directly, out of which 47 indicators are monitored at the village ward secretariat level. Then 61 indicators are being monitored at the district level. The remaining are monitored from the state level, because certain things like providing the solid waste management in urban areas, liquid waste management, that cannot be monitored at the ward level and municipal level. So overall government has to involve and provide various kinds of projects as well as funds. So this slide, I think you must be aware, Honorable CM in his manifesto stated about 9 main programs for welfare and development. They are called popularly Navaratnas. So these Navaratna programs are having some ancillary programs also. So combined together, we have mapped this with the goals. So how, when you implement these 9 programs, combined with the other allied programs, how we'll be able to achieve the SDGs of 17. That's what we have done a mapping of the schemes. So
eventually you'll map the schemes or you'll map the goals?
We have mapped the goals with the schemes.
So when you're looking at performance, you're looking at monitoring the performance of the schemes or the goals?
We monitor performance of the schemes, which will eventually lead to
which is a proxy for
the goals. In fact, we have developed a portal wherein you can see the goal as well as the scheme. If you see the scheme, with which goal it is related to, you can find. Similarly, if you click the goal, you can see how many schemes are interlinked with the goals. So likewise, we have done here. I mean, this is the snapshot of the goals as well as the rank of Andhra Pradesh. Some we improved, some we slipped down. Like though we are performing very well in education, we slipped down. That is due to non-providing of information. So such data problems this year we have corrected. So maybe in the next year ranking, primarily due to non-providing of data, we slipped down in few areas. So if you see the major goals, the 7th goal we are achievers. We are in the first place, and few goals we are in second place, like life below water. Similarly, actually, our state is sharing 3rd place with Himachal Pradesh. So overall, since HP is given 3rd and AP is given 4th, but score-wise, rank-wise, we are at 3rd, but position-wise, we are at 4th.
Yeah, but education is very strange here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So this year, actually, the UDI's data, our people have not filled up.
Which data?
UDIS. So they rely on the data. Actually, for each goal, there is a source data. Primarily, the ministries provide the data to NITI. Certain things like health, NFHS survey data is followed. Education, that UDISC data is followed. Like NSSO, so for various data, various inputs are being followed. So accordingly, if you do not provide proper data from our end, then the same will be reflected. That's the reason we realized it.
Poverty is not entirely with it, it's multi-dimensional. As far as with rural employment, initially we also had problem with this data. We went and sat with PTR, then the state got it corrected, and now we are in one position. A couple of departments still have problems with this data. Working on it, I'm sure we'll be in a better position.
Yeah, so I was talking about this drilling down of localization. So as I have mentioned, there is this three-tier sensitization and implementation we have adopted. In fact, CS involved very much into this. So under his leadership, we have conducted state level, district level, and village ward level, secretariat level workshops. Of course, our Shashi and myself, we have participated at the district level workshops also, wherein the mandal level officers have come on sensitization of these goals. Similarly, from the district, they have gone to the village ward secretariat level. as I mentioned, we have also developed a dashboard portal. Portal. We are also collaborating with the international agencies. The UNDP has just sent a proposal for establishing a SDG coordination center. They have come. One round of discussions were completed. Now the proposal they have sent, we have to respond and establish the SDG center here with the support of the UNDP. We also had interaction with the UN, UNICEF, all organs of UN. One workshop we had with the Andhra Pradesh government. So we are collaborating with them. BMGF also we have collaborated. The trainings, capacity building is another part that is being undertaken by our academy. We do have a rural academy as well as HRD Institute. From these two institutions, we are building, doing this capacity building for various level of officers. We have also developed SOPs on the monitoring of the goals. So the standard operating procedures we have developed and given it to all the functionaries right from the village level to the state level officers. Similarly, the uploading of data also, seamless uploading of data transfer also we have developed. Initially, for data corrections, the respective officers have visited Delhi, interacted with the respective secretaries, and those course correction activities we have already completed. Now, seamless data flow we try to establish now. As I have mentioned, the 181 indicators we are thoroughly monitoring, 61 at the district level, 47 at the village level. I just mentioned about this portal. So we have dashboards, the Honorable CM as well as CS, and the secretaries at the state level can see the dashboard. Similarly, the district level collectors can see the dashboards. So the primarily monitoring mechanism we have institutionalized. That's what I would like to say on this. Almost on a monthly basis, we are able to review the collectors. Similarly, the respective commissioner heads of the departments as well as the secretaries, they are also. Yes, sir. Yeah, we in fact we have issued government orders forming these goal-wise committees, and each goal is being attached to a primary, a secretary who has more number of indicators. Suppose Panchayat Raj and Rural Development Principal Secretary will be looking into all the PR and rural issues. Similarly, agriculture, education, health. So all related, Anganwadi and other related indicators will be reviewed by the health secretary. So likewise, we have goal-wise committees. Similarly, we have district level committees. Then the secretaries were supposed to review fortnightly basis. Similarly, the district collectors. Primarily, as I have mentioned, the drilling down and mapping, that is helping us. For example, if you take, I'll give an example of anemia. Suppose if we are not performing well in anemia. So what we did, the list of women at the village and the ward level is available. So now the ANM will take the list of anemic women and provide whatever inputs, the iron folic or the nutritional kits, case-wise, and this will be reviewed at the grassroots level on a weekly basis, so that by 6 months at least, we'll be able to see the performance in that particular goal. So likewise, we have drilled down to the grassroots level. So this portal I was talking about. So అది ఒకసారి portal చూపిస్తారా? So whatever data is being given to Government of India ministries, same data will be taken up here, and basing on that only review is being conducted. Otherwise, whatever figures our people give, if it is not tallying with the NIPI figures, there is no point. That's the reason we have taken APIs and we have linked with our portal. Unda? Good. So your observations are yesterday when you interacted with collectors.
That's good, but the problem is at the district level, what's happening is they are reviewing output indicators mostly, and they are not matching with outcome indicators. I'll give you an example in health.
So he was earlier NIPI vice chairman. So these are the schemes and goals. ఒకసారి అదే ఏదైనా క్లిక్ చేయండి. Yeah, if you click goal, then what are the schemes related to it? You can see. So that's how we monitor the performance. Yeah, in tarvata move on. So these are the dashboards. Yeah, move on. Each department can see what are their indicators and where they are. So where to improve. That is, this is district wise, you can see the performance of particular indicator. Similarly, we also have the data of the department and what is the best of the state in the country. Where are we? What is the best of the state? What is the target of NIPI? So all three figures are available. So accordingly, they can work out. They can develop their own strategy to achieve the like suppose if you see health insurance, we are best in the country. 85% of the population is being covered under Arogyashri program with the health insurance. So nobody is there. The second best is too far from us. I think Kerala, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, and Himachal. These are the 4 states next. In almost every socio-economic and development indicators. But now Kerala is topping, Tamil Nadu is second. Yeah. Antena, చూపిస్తా ఇంకా అన్నా. What we have done is like suppose the 17 goals, if you take one goal wise, you know where are you and in which indicator, how you are performing, and what is the best state, what is the goal set by the NIPI. That is indicator wise. Then again department wise, if you go to department, particular department, then what are all the indicators and goals pertaining to those departments, and the similar data is available.
This data, is the state government, is the district administration having?
Yes. Because district also have a dashboard. You can see department wise as well as district wise. Suppose oka district wise, oka district dashboard. Some district. Okay. Now this is Srikakulam district dashboard. This is Vijayanagaram. Yeah.
What are the interlocality pedestrians?
ఇన్ఫెంట్ మార్టాలిటీ ఎంత ఉంది? ఐఎంఆర్ ఎంఎంఆర్ ఇప్పుడు ప్రజెంట్
But that is done only at state level, or is it at district?
it is it's evolved from the grassroots. I mean, village to district to state. Those that 47 indicators which I told, it covers the IMR, MMR, immunization, anemic, school gross enrollment ratio. So all things which can be monitored at the district level, those are drilled down to the district. I mean, villages and wards. Right. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So we'll break now, sir. After that, we'll go for the inspection and come back for interactions. I request everybody please have a quick coffee and come back for interaction. Thank you.
Recording stopped.
దయచేసి ఇట్లాగా గుంపులు ఇవ్వడం అక్కడ ప్లీజ్. రమేష్ గారు కొంచెం సార్ మీ వాళ్ళ లైన్ నుంచోబెట్టండి. ఇట్లా ఉంటే వాళ్ళు కసివేసుకుంటారు. దయచేసి సార్ ఇక్కడ నుంచోండి సార్. మీరు పడుకోవాలి. మరి ఇక్కడ ఎంతమంది ఉంటే
హ్యాండ్లూమ్స్ అండి. అయిపోయింది. ఒకటి ఇస్తాను మీకు, ఒకటి ఇస్తాను.
सर पटेल सर, मैडम सर. श्रीधर श्रीधर
धन्यवाद. ఎక్కడ ఉన్నారు?
Very honored.
He's from
So you should present both. మీరు మీ కార్డ్ అది ఇవ్వండి లాస్ట్ కార్డ్ కమర్షియల్ ఆఫీసర్ టు బి ఇన్ టచ్
వారిని అక్కడ పిలవగా
So maybe we will contact details and share all
that is
to
I agree.
Yeah, here. Here, sir.
So this is Saturday. They need bed sheets. This was written by different ones.
Sir, if you like, if you don't mind, I can give the spear of it also. Keep in your ambassador room. I will take with my son. This is the best part. I will ask my.
I will put it in a prominent place.
Yes, sir.
Where guests can see and appreciate.
This is same Kalamkari, same thing, but he's master.
So this Andhra Pradesh
So it becomes cost-wise, it becomes higher. And people like it. Each product. Idagara Chanderi kuda work kunda Chanderi cloth techi Chanderi
This is okay. Thank you. Otherwise, this one.
we will display it so that everybody can see.
Explain it. కొంచెం
wall ki china frame basis.
It's easy. Glass chases.
Please come front.
Direction of prati chapter.
Okay, fine. Yeah, done. Fine. Okay, sir.
Chanderi, sir.
This is all
material Chanderi.
Jammal Madugu Kadapa district. They made this. This also they're giving it for
Come back.
ఇది మాధవరం
ఇదేంటి సిల్క్ కాటన్
అది సిల్క్ పట్టు ఇది వచ్చేసి కాటన్
and these are very motives which are basically
అదే పైథాని అనేది చెప్తాను మరాఠీ పైథాని సో ది కాన్ఫ్లుయెన్స్ ఆఫ్
they are going on
అవి this is
This is Maharashtrian.
This is crochet basically.
This is a kalam. Stories. Oh yeah, these are fantastic books. Rama stories. Step wise, the story రాసుకుంటే అంటారు సార్.
ప్లాన్ గురించి మస్తు ఉంది. సీఎం సార్ ప్లేస్ అవుతుంది ఒక హాఫ్ అన్ అవర్ ప్లానింగ్ గురించి అంతవరకు ఐడియా లేదు బట్ దీస్ ఆర్ మచ్ మోర్ ప్లాన్ అబౌట్ ద ప్లానింగ్ ఫస్ట్ గురించి
సార్ డిస్ప్లేస్ ఉన్నాయి సార్.
baggage tag. One innovative thing. We like this.
So this is a very good product also. Actually, not this is very useful.
Tray holder. Just a small so it's a tray
Gift hamper, sir. Sudarshan.
అది దుర్గి నుండి స్టోన్ ఉదయగిరి ఇవన్నీ మన ఎట్టుకోవాలి. You must have this on your table. Such first.
Wooden cutlery, so when they say no plastic, it's getting government approved.
So sir, gift దాంట్లో ఇదొకటి అదొకటి పెట్టండి.
ఇట్లాంటి చిన్నవి కూడా తెచ్చుకోవాలి.
ఇంకా చిన్నవి ఉన్నాయి కదా. ఇవి మన తిరుపతిలో చేస్తారు.
Ready to for turning, sir. What kind of so this is and that is where you do backup furniture.
This is dhoti. 4 meters dhoti, 2 meters upper. Upper dhoti. It is the bagal. Upper.
Shirts and then some salwars and skirts. Because skirts should look such.
Come in the afternoon and look at it. Come in the afternoon and look at it.
This kind of wrap. They have kurtas also. White weather.
Both the sides similar. Based on the Jerry cost.
It's very good. And then you will be a model for us from Andhra.
Tourism department.
Tourism department. This is so after bifurcation, so we haven't done that after bifurcation. No. Work on it a little more intensely.
Everything in the
You changed it after. Okay, good. This is the current version. The original one was.
Thanks. వాటర్ చేసి ఫ్లేక్స్ చేసి టర్మరిక్ ఇలా డ్రై చేసేసి వాళ్ళు ఎలా కన్జ్యూమ్ చేయాలని
in water and
ఆల్సో
powder
మా 7 కంట్రీస్ మ్యాంగోస్ అది ఎక్స్పోర్ట్ చేస్తాం. ఈ టైప్లో ప్యాక్ చేస్తే 30 డేస్ మనం షెల్ఫ్ లైఫ్
చేస్తారు.
Healthy fights అండి.
Healthy fights.
సో అంటే కరివేపాకు
ఏం చేస్తారండి దానికి?
హెయిర్ గ్రోత్ వాడతారు, లివర్ ఫంక్షనాలిటీ వాడతారు, కాస్మెటిక్స్లో వాడతారు.
Our beast is almost equal to banana quality. Yes. We are per annum we are producing 10,000 metric tons of beans. He is from Mandalay, sir. We have agreement with the different companies, sir. They will take service.
ఇది ఎక్కడి నుంచి టర్మరిక్? గుంటూరు. గుంటూరు టర్మరిక్ జిఐ ఉందా?
GI లేదు. Sir, we have GI for Bangilipalli, sir. Mango, sir.
మీ టర్మరిక్ ఆంధ్ర ఎక్కడ?
Araku, sir. 10,000 acres. GI లేదు. East
ఇది గ్రాస్. సో he has mixed different types. టేస్ట్ చేసేసి మళ్ళీ
క్లాస్ అండి.
he makes them like this. It's all done from scratch. ఇది ఫైబర్ గ్లాస్, ఇది బ్రాన్స్, ఇది పంచలో పెట్టుకుంటే నిత్యం పూజ. సో
లాస్ట్ బ్యాక్ స్టేక్ లాస్ట్
not చేస్తారు. అంటే మేము ముగ్గురు బ్రదర్స్ అండి. సో వన్ బ్రదర్ డస్ దిస్ థింగ్, వన్ బ్రదర్ సన్ డస్ దిస్ బటర్ and one person does bronze. So three cover 3 different areas. Eco society. What do you want to tell them? Government of India, they teach different patterns, but different types. Yeah, levers వచ్చి నేర్చుకుంటాం.
టెక్స్టైల్ మినిస్ట్రీ become very innovative. They used to do only cotton.
Now they've brought a silk like this.
But light silks.
Light silks.
Light.
అందరినీ ambassadors ని state visits మీద states central government scheme implementation states initiatives ఎలా ఉన్నాయి చూసి మేము బయట అంబాసిడర్స్గా ఎక్స్పోర్ట్ ప్రమోషన్లో ఎలా సహాయం చేయగలము ఇండస్ట్రీతో ఇంటరాక్ట్ అవుతూ ఎక్స్పోర్ట్ ఆపర్చునిటీస్ ఎక్కడ ఉన్నాయి దాన్ని ఎక్స్పోర్ట్ చేయడానికి ఆ ఎక్స్పోర్ట్ ఆపర్చునిటీస్ యూటిలైజ్ చేసుకోవడానికి ఎలా ప్రిపేర్ అవ్వగలము దానికి స్టేట్ గవర్నమెంట్ అఫీషియల్స్ డిస్కస్ చేయడం బిజినెస్ ఇండస్ట్రీ చేంబర్ రిప్రజెంటేటివ్స్ డిస్కస్ చేయడం జరుగుతూ ఉంది. మన రాష్ట్రంలో చాలా ప్రోగ్రెస్ జరిగింది. ఎడ్యుకేషన్ హెల్త్లో సర్టిఫికేట్ చూసాము. ఇంత ప్రోగ్రెస్ జరిగింది. ఇండస్ట్రీస్ కూడా ఎలా రాష్ట్రంలో ఇండస్ట్రీస్ని ఎలా ఆకర్షిస్తున్నారో చూస్తున్నాము. సో మా ప్రయత్నం దీనిపైనే ఉంది. హౌ టు గెట్ మోర్ ఇన్వెస్ట్మెంట్స్ టు ద స్టేట్, హౌ టు హెల్ప్ ఎక్స్పోర్టర్స్ do better in exporting to our countries in Europe and in general to all countries.
మీరు గుర్తించిన వాటిని ఏమన్నా ఎక్స్పోర్ట్ చేయడం వాల్యూ అడిషన్
మన దగ్గర మెరీన్ ప్రోడక్ట్స్లో మన రాష్ట్రం దేశంలో నెంబర్ 1 పొజిషన్. మెరీన్ ప్రోడక్ట్స్ కానీ అగ్రికల్చర్ ప్రోడక్ట్స్ కానీ రైతులకి ఎలాంటి ప్రోడక్ట్స్తో వాల్యూ అడిషన్ వస్తుందో తెలుసుకుని దాంతో వాళ్ళ ఇన్కమ్ ఇండస్ట్రియల్ వాల్యూ అడిషన్ ఎలా చేయగలము ఎక్స్పోర్ట్స్లో, దాంతో మీ రాష్ట్రానికి ఎలా లాభం జరుగుతుంది దాని గురించి ఆపర్చునిటీస్ ఇన్ అగ్రికల్చరల్ ఎక్స్పోర్ట్స్ అండ్ ఇన్ మెరీన్ ప్రోడక్ట్స్.
So what are the other potential products that could be imported, particularly from a state like Shimla?
See, AP exports a lot of marine products, but there is immense scope for value addition. Right now, value addition content in marine product exports is low. The same goes through again for agricultural products. There is immense possibility for value addition in agricultural product exports. In addition to this, there is also huge scope in export of industrial products. But for that, I think we need to meet quality standards of importing countries. We need to meet, in the case of other agricultural products, even phytosanitary standards. Those are some of the issues we are discussing with the officials in the industry.
few people sell for better discipline for it is not limited. If we have time, we can extend to the others. But my request is we are actually falling behind schedule around 1:15. So I'll request 30 to 40 minutes to complete says then we'll be able to have lunch and go for appointment of Honorable CM Gravity. Maybe I'll keep stopping people, but my request is please don't take more than 2 to 3 minutes of each so that many people can be covered.
The list of people, sir, will two people who are from the PR side, sir, Amritsar over వాళ్ళతో అయిన తర్వాత అంతా బిజినెస్ వాళ్ళే ఉంటారు సార్. సో దానియల్ గారు ఉన్నారండి? సో నాట్ రిక్వైర్డ్ సార్. సో దెన్ సార్ I'll straight away go to the business people. Venkat garu from Vijayamurti Exports of Granites. Venkat garu? Okay.
డోర్స్ కానీ ఉపయోగిస్తున్నారు. వీటిలో రబ్బర్ లెదర్ ఫినిష్ ఇప్పుడు ప్రెసెంట్ ఉన్న టెక్నాలజీతో మేము తయారు చేస్తున్నాం. లైన్ పాలిష్, మాన్యువల్ పాలిష్, రబ్బర్ ఫ్లేమింగ్ అనే 4 types ఆఫ్ ఫినిష్డ్ గూడ్స్ మేము తయారు చేస్తున్నాం. ప్రెసెంట్ మా ఇండస్ట్రీ బాగానే ఉందండి. కాకపోతే ఈ ఎక్స్పోర్ట్ తగ్గడం వల్ల మా యొక్క గ్రానైట్ ఇండస్ట్రీ కొంచెం ఇబ్బందుల్లో ఉందండి. చెమగుర్తి కానీ టెక్కల నుండి ఆదోని వరకు డిఫరెంట్ కైండ్ ఆఫ్ గ్రానైట్ కలర్స్ మాకు ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ ఏంటంటే సార్ సకాలంలో మాకు ఇంటెన్సివ్స్ అనేది లాస్ట్ 3 years నుంచి వస్తున్నాయండి. ఈ ఇయర్ ప్రెసెంట్ ఇంటెన్సివ్స్ కొంచెం హోల్డ్ అనేది అండి. అవి కనుక మాకు కనుక రిలీజ్ అయితే మేము ఇంకా బెటర్ పొజిషన్ లో ఉంటామని మేము కోరుకుంటున్నాం అండి. నాకు ఈ అవకాశాన్ని ఇచ్చినందుకు ధన్యవాదాలు. ఎక్స్పోర్ట్ కూడా
So Rahul Reddy garu from Urban Stone Granite. Unnara? Otherwise we'll go to Subbarao garu, MD Nakshat Agri Products. Next Balchandar garu ready ga undi.
This is Subbarao. We are to వచ్చేసరికి to focus on own groceries trading company in Poland local, and we want to establish our own company in the Germany as well. We need some help from you regarding the establishment, I mean legal part and the accounting part. So we need some suggestions from you. We do vegetables and groceries from Andhra Pradesh.
పోలాండ్ కి ఇప్పటి వరకు ఎక్స్పోర్ట్ చేస్తున్నారంట సార్. ఇఫ్ దే వాంట్ టు ఎక్స్పాండ్ ఇంటూ జర్మనీ, నార్వే, వాట్ దే విల్ ప్రాబబ్లీ రిక్వైర్ హెల్ప్ అని చెప్తున్నారు.
యాక్చువల్ ఇక్కడ ఉన్న అంబాసిడర్స్ ఇద్దరికి కూడా తెలుగు వచ్చు. సో ఎవరైనా తెలుగులో మాట్లాడాలనుకుంటే తెలుగులో మాట్లాడచ్చు.
మీరు ఎక్స్పోర్ట్ చేయొచ్చండి. అంటే వీల్ ఎక్స్టెండ్ ఆల్ హెల్ప్ టు యూ. మీరు పోలాండ్ వరకు యూరోపియన్ మార్కెట్ లో ఎక్స్పోర్ట్ చేస్తున్నారంటే యూ కెన్ ఎక్స్పోర్ట్ టు అదర్ యూరోపియన్ కంట్రీస్ ఆల్సో, because you are already meeting EU standards.
Yeah. So we have a shipments clearance up. Poland తీసుకొచ్చి మరి క్లియరెన్స్ మళ్ళీ ఒక్కొక్కసారి షిప్మెంట్స్ బ్యాక్ టు హ్యాంబర్గ్ పంపించి అప్పుడు షిప్మెంట్స్ క్లియర్ చేస్తారు. అట్లాగా మాకు 3-4 times జరిగింది. సో సిఎల్కి అక్కడ క్లియరింగ్ ఏజెంట్స్.
ఎందుకు చేశారు అలా?
Same you don't have the clearance in Chepti. You don't have the clearance in Germany and Chepti. Poland is money and 3-4 times on Chepti. So Germany nobody company got approach చేసుకుంటే own గా start దానివల్ల క్లియరెన్స్ ఈజీగా అయింది. Then we can move to the shipments అన్ని కూడా పోలాండ్ కి రెస్ట్ ఆఫ్ యూరోప్ కి ఈజీగా మూవ్ చేసుకోవచ్చు.
మీరు మా ఎంబసీ వెబ్సైట్ లో కమర్షియల్ రిప్రజెంటేటివ్ ఉంటారు, మిస్టర్ గౌరవ్ శర్మ అని. ఆయనకు ఒక ఈమెయిల్ రాయండి. ఎగ్జాక్ట్ గా ఇది రిక్వైర్మెంట్ ఎందుకు మీరు హ్యాంబర్గ్ లో క్లియర్ చేయలేకపోతున్నారు, పోలాండ్ వరకు తీసుకువెళ్ళటం ఎందుకు జరుగుతుంది అనేది కొంచెం ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేస్తూ, నార్మల్ గా మా అండర్స్టాండింగ్ ఏంటంటే ఒక యూరోపియన్ కంట్రీకి మీరు కనుక ఎక్స్పోర్ట్ చేస్తా ఉంటే EU స్టాండర్డ్స్ కామన్ కాబట్టి EUలో ఉన్న రాజ్యాలన్నిటికీ ఒకసారి ఎక్స్పోర్ట్ చేస్తే ఆ ప్రోడక్ట్ ఇంటర్నల్ మూవ్మెంట్ లో దానికి తేడా ఉండదు, తర్వాత అంటే ఇబ్బంది ఉండదు. Hamburg is a busy port, and Hamburg కొంచెం busy port. లాస్ట్ 8-9 నెలలుగా అక్కడ కొంచెం కంజెషన్ ఉంది, పోర్ట్ లో కంజెషన్ ఉంది. బట్ నార్మల్ గా ఒకసారి కనుక క్లియర్ అయితే విత్ ఇన్ EU there is no movement problem.
అది ప్రాబ్లం లేదు సార్, అంటే ప్రాబ్లం
like how sir said, if you can please draft a good email with what exactly is your pain point, it will be easy.
We will address it.
So Balchandar garu,
and you can give this reference today's meeting.
వాళ్ళ మీటింగ్ జరిగింది, ఇలా మీరు
అంబాసిడర్
కలిసారు ఈ ఇష్యూ అని చెప్పి దాంట్లో రాయండి.
తర్వాత హరిప్రసాద్ గారు రెడీగా ఉండండి. బాలచందర్ గారు ప్లీజ్.
ఇప్పుడు మ్యానుఫ్యాక్చరింగ్ బేస్ చైనా నుంచి ఇండియా like other companies in Germany, they are looking for manufacturing here. And Andhra మాట్లాడిన అవకాశం ఉంటుందండి ఎంబసీ.
అది ఇండస్ట్రీస్ డిపార్ట్మెంట్ ఇప్పుడు అక్కడికి వచ్చి జర్మనీలో మెటల్ స్టాండ్ కంపెనీస్ కి పిచ్ చేసి వాళ్ళని రాష్ట్రానికి రప్పించే ప్రయత్నంలో ఉన్నారు. మీరు దానికి చేయూత ఇస్తే అది ఇంకా సక్సెస్ఫుల్ క్యాంపెయిన్ అవుతుంది.
We will do this collaboration ki hand holding chestam sir.
In general, attracting investments from abroad has to be a collective endeavor between the state government and the business and industry, and I'm sure they are already working on this. So if you extend your assistance and help to the industries department in this endeavor and to the EDB who are actively involved in attracting investments, I think that will indicate success.
Hariprasad garu, Vijay Kumar garu after this.
హలో, నమస్తే సార్. నా పేరు హరిప్రసాద్ అండి. మాది ఈస్ట్ గోదావరి గౌతమి పంప్స్ అండ్ వాల్స్ అని, గౌతమి పంప్స్ అండ్ వాల్స్ అని మ్యానుఫ్యాక్చరింగ్ ఇండస్ట్రీ, ఇంజనీరింగ్ మ్యానుఫ్యాక్చరింగ్ ఇండస్ట్రీ అండి. మేము ఆల్రెడీ మ్యానుఫ్యాక్చరింగ్ చేస్తున్నవి అన్ని కూడా జర్మన్ బ్రిటిష్ స్టాండర్డ్, SMS స్టాండర్డ్. ఇదంతా కూడా లిక్విడ్ ఫుడ్ ప్రాసెసింగ్, నాట్ ఓన్లీ ఫుడ్ ప్రాసెస్ లైక్ మెడిసిన్ కూడా. మావి మేము ఫైన్ గా మ్యానుఫ్యాక్చరింగ్ చేస్తున్నాం సార్. మాకు అంతా సోర్సెస్ కూడా బాగుంది. టెక్నికల్ ఒక 80 years నుంచి టెక్నికల్ నో ఉంది, మ్యాన్ పవర్ సోర్సెస్ ఉంది, ట్రాన్స్పోర్టేషన్ ఆల్సో గుడ్. మా ప్రొడక్ట్స్ కూడా ఎక్స్పోర్ట్ అయ్యాయి, బట్ త్రూ OEM, అంటే మిగతా వాళ్ళు తీసుకుని రష్యా, జర్మన్ అండ్ UAE కూడా వెళ్ళాయి సార్. మాకు ఇప్పుడు ఏదైనా మేము డైరెక్ట్ గా చేయాలి కానీ చేయడానికి అవకాశం ఏమైనా వస్తుందా? కొలాబరేషన్ కూడా పర్వాలేదు సార్. అంటే మాకు లాంటి కంపెనీలకు ఒక 10-15 కంపెనీస్ కి అట్లాగే కొలాబరేషన్ దొరికింది, బట్ నాట్ ఇన్ ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్, ఇక్కడ కాదు, లైక్ ముంబై, అంటే మహారాష్ట్ర, గుజరాత్ అలాంటి చోట దొరికిందండి. బికాస్ అక్కడ ఇదంతా హ్యాబిచువేట్ అయి ఉన్నారు సార్. అక్కడ వాళ్ళకి సోర్సింగ్ అనేటప్పటికి, ఇండియా సోర్సింగ్ అనేటప్పటికి దిస్ కైండ్ ఆఫ్ ప్రొడక్ట్స్ వచ్చేసి వాళ్ళకి ఫైన్ లో వచ్చే థాట్ ఏంటంటే పూణే అండ్ గుజరాత్.
అంటే you have to make yourself known. See, exports is all about making yourself known to those who need your products. You write to commercial officers, మా దగ్గర కమర్షియల్ రిప్రజెంటేటివ్స్ ఎంబసీలు ఎవరైతే ఉన్నారో మేము ఈ ప్రొడక్ట్స్ లో ఉన్నాము వాళ్ళకి రాయండి. బట్ మోర్ బ్రాడ్లీ you have to attend industrial exhibitions. You have to put up stalls.
Where sir, in India?
Abroad. ఇప్పుడు ప్రతి దేశంలో, జర్మనీలో కూడా వేరియస్ సెక్టోరల్ ఇండస్ట్రియల్ ఫేర్స్ జరుగుతాయి. మ్యానుఫ్యాక్చరింగ్ కి వేరే, టెక్స్టైల్స్ కి వేరే, అలాగే ఫుడ్ ప్రోడక్ట్స్ కి వేరే. ఇన్ఫాక్ట్ మీరు ఎవరైతే ఫుడ్ ఎక్స్పోర్టర్స్ ఉన్నారో, మెరీన్ ఎక్స్పోర్టర్స్ ఉన్నారో, బయోఫాక్ అని నెక్స్ట్ ఫిబ్రవరిలో నూరంబర్గ్ లో మేజర్ అగ్రికల్చరల్ ఎక్స్పోర్ట్ ఎగ్జిబిషన్ ఉంది. అక్కడ ఎంతమంది అయితే ఇంపోర్టర్స్ ఉంటారో యూరోప్ లో వాళ్ళందరూ ఉంటారు అక్కడ. ఈ సంవత్సరం కూడా జరిగింది. మన దేశం నుంచి 3 అగ్రికల్చరల్ మినిస్టర్స్, ఇండస్ట్రీ డెలిగేషన్స్ పాటు కూడా వచ్చారు. అలాంటి మేజర్ ఇండస్ట్రీ సెక్టోరల్ ఫోకస్డ్ ఎగ్జిబిషన్స్ లో కనుక మీరు డెలిగేషన్, అపీడా డెలిగేషన్ వెళ్తుంది ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్. అలా మీరు అపీడా డెలిగేషన్ లో, ఈ కేసులో ఇంజనీరింగ్ ఎక్స్పోర్ట్ ప్రమోషన్ కౌన్సిల్ డెలిగేషన్స్ వెళ్తాయి. అలాంటి వాళ్ళతో వెళ్తే మీకు ఆ ఈకో సిస్టమ్ ఎలా ఉంది, ఇంపోర్టర్స్ ఎవరు, అప్పుడు మీరు వాళ్ళని చూడగలుగుతారు, వాళ్ళకి మీరెవరో తెలుసు. సో ఇది గ్రాడ్యువల్ గా మీరు ఈ డేటాబేస్ ని బిల్డ్ చేసుకోవాలి.
సో MSME మినిస్ట్రీ నుంచి కూడా సార్ ఇట్లా ఎగ్జిబిషన్స్ లో పార్టిసిపేట్ చేయడానికి గవర్నమెంట్ ఆఫ్ ఇండియా సపోర్ట్స్ అంటే
మేబీ చైర్మన్.
సో అట్లా అలాంటి ఎగ్జిబిషన్స్ తీసుకెళ్ళడానికి. సో we'll take a list for the next ones.
Especially for things which have much greater promise, like agricultural exports, it makes sense to look at major agri exhibitions like Biofac in Germany and to take part.
Thank you.
Pharma kuda unnai. There are major pharma exhibitions. So there are various sectoral exhibitions. I think you should ask industries and MSME to help draw up a list of major exhibitions abroad, identify which of the export promotion bodies in India are coordinating to take delegations from India, and then hook you up with them so that you can be part of those industry delegations which are going to take part.
We'll take responsibility for that, sir. Vijay Kumar garu, tarvata Mangarao garu.
Maximum mango Germany lagis. Last 11 years India నుంచి ఏదైతే అది ఎక్స్ట్రా డ్యూటీ కాకుండా లేవీ 20.5% చార్జ్ చేస్తున్నారండి. ఇది కంపేర్ టు అవర్ నైబర్ కంట్రీస్ పాకిస్తాన్ కానీ బంగ్లాదేశ్ ఎక్స్పోర్ట్ ఏదంతా జీరో. అట్లాగే బ్రెజిల్ కానీ సౌత్ ఆఫ్రికా కానీ జీరో డ్యూటీ అండ్ లేవీ ఉన్నారు. ఇది మనకి చాలా లాస్ట్ 1 year నుంచి ఫైటింగ్. బట్ అది అసోసియేటెడ్
నాకు తెలిసినంత మట్టుకు పాకిస్తాన్ బంగ్లాదేశ్ కేసులో GSP ప్లస్ వాళ్ళకి బెనిఫిట్ ఉంది కాబట్టి వాళ్ళకి మనకి లేదు కాబట్టి మనం ఆ కేటగిరీ. బట్ we don't qualify for that, so they are also moved beyond that particular income range, but a special dispensation was made available to them for a few more for a slightly longer duration. So I think this is something we'll have to deal with. We are negotiating a free trade agreement with the European Union. Negotiations have started in June. It is our intention to try to conclude the negotiations to mutual satisfaction by the end of next year. But we will have to see how the negotiations proceed.
Indonesia, Malaysia, although only European the market on the Canada, Indian products levy duty cover. Duty cover 20.5%. Duty import duty plus levy. Right.
I don't know why we put the extra levy. Extra levy and the
extra levy 20.5%.
I'll find out. Let me find out.
Only Indian ports may know.
అక్కడ అక్కడ ఏ కంట్రీలో చూసారు?
Netherlands. Netherlands. Mango pulp.
No, mango pulp, if I can give advice, mango pulp ఎక్కువగా గల్ఫ్ కంట్రీస్ ఫోకస్ చేయండి, particularly Saudi Arabia. If you can cater to Saudi Arabia, that is enough for you.
And compared to this, I don't know.
Europe, they get a better price. Outside, but I don't know why they have it. But it is not only on India; it is on many countries.
Latin America,
No, వాళ్ళకి free trade agreement ఉందేమో. Because they are LDCs. They are LDCs.
మన ఇండియా ఓన్లీ ఇండియా నుంచి లేవి లేవి.
I'll find out.
duty also Indian 42 rupees actually levi ఒక లెవెల్ యూరో క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేస్తే 42 రూపీస్ అవుతుంది.
1 euro. I don't know what levy. I'm not aware. I'm hearing for the first time.
How many years we are fighting since how many years we are asking
Whom you are asking? If I can.
మా రిప్రజెంటేషన్ ఉంది సార్.
ఎవరికి ఇచ్చారు?
అది ఎవరి మీటింగ్ చేస్తున్నారు మా వాళ్ళు రిప్రజెంటేషన్ ఉన్నారు.
అదే
But what is a levy? You know it. Please explain.
The issue is there are major pulp exporters like Brazil and others. So with the European Union, they have prepared agreements. And
Good. Why is he talking of a levy? So that we know, but he is talking of an India-specific levy which I am not aware of.
అది స్పెషల్ గా మీరు రిప్రజెంటేషన్ తీసుకొని ఆయన మాకు ఫార్వర్డ్ చేస్తే అది ఐ థింక్ బెటర్ వి టేక్.
విజయ్ కుమార్ గారు, ఐ థింక్ ఆ రిప్రజెంటేషన్ ఒకసారి మీరు మీ అసోసియేషన్ తరఫున కూడా ఇస్తే
give me a copy of the same representation you gave to Commerce Ministry.
ఇప్పుడు ఉంటే కూడా బిఫోర్ సార్ లీవ్స్.
Before I leave, give me a copy of the same representation. I'll find out and I'll get back.
this is an example from marine exports. US,
US is anti-dumping. That I know. I know for mango pulp there is no dumping. That's why I want to know what is the limit.
థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్. మంగారావు గారు తర్వాత సుధాకర్ చౌదరి గారు.
దివ్యశ్రీ ఫ్రూట్ కంపెనీ అమ్మా. దివ్యశ్రీ ఫ్రూట్స్ ఎక్స్పోర్ట్ కంపెనీ అండి. మేము విజయవాడలో మాది ఫ్రూట్స్ ఎక్స్పోర్ట్ చేస్తున్నాం సార్. మేము దుబాయ్కి బాంబాయి నుండి బాంబాయి ఎక్స్పోర్టర్ మా దగ్గర కొని అక్కడ నుండి ఎక్స్పోర్ట్ చేస్తున్నాం సార్. ఈ ప్యాకింగ్ మెటీరియల్, ప్యాకింగ్ డిజైన్ ఇక్కడ అవైలబిలిటీ లేకపోవడం వల్ల మేము ప్రతిదీ కూడా ఇక్కడ క్వాలిటీ తీసుకొని మా దగ్గర నుండి తక్కువ రేట్ తీసుకొని అక్కడ నుండి వాళ్ళు మళ్ళీ దుబాయ్, రియాద్, మస్కట్ పంపిస్తున్నారు సార్. మాకు ఇక్కడ ఏమైనా ప్యాకింగ్ గవర్నమెంట్ తరఫున మా ఫ్రూట్స్ కంపెనీ వాళ్ళందరికీ ప్యాకింగ్ ఇక్కడ ఇస్తే మేమే డైరెక్ట్ చేసుకోవడానికి మాకు అవకాశం ఉంది, ఇవ్వాల్సిందిగా కోరుచున్నాం.
అది మన ఇంటర్నల్ సబ్జెక్ట్ కదా, అది చూస్తాం ఒకసారి. మనది ఇంటర్నల్ కదా, వారు అంబాసిడర్ సంబంధం
ఫెసిలిటీస్ ఇస్తే మేము డైరెక్ట్ చేసుకోవడానికి.
Maybe we can do a common facility. But not only that, maybe we can do a common facility center also. And if they are not there in APIC Park, CFC ఒకటి చేపించినా we will cater to them. We will facilitate them. సుధాకర్ చౌదరి గారు, తర్వాత కృష్ణ గారు.
సార్ గుడ్ ఆఫ్టర్నూన్ సార్. నేను సుధాకర్ చౌదరి అండి.
Mons Pintex and Madi. It is an integrated textile industry, and we have a small video presentation. I would request to just look into it.
What is integrated textile industry?
Sir, we are into end-to-end solutions, sir, right from yarn to home textiles. Bedding is our main product, sir. This is all spinning, Andy. Sir, we buy cotton fiber and we do all the valuations in-house. That is spinning, weaving, processing and garmenting. And we have been supplying to Europe, few countries, sir. Like France, we sell quite good quantity, top of the bed and common bed linen. And Portugal also we supply products, sir. And from Portugal, in turn, it moves to the other parts of Europe. Sir, we have been showcasing our products in hem textiles. Hem textiles every year since 2015, sir. 2020 was our last show. In 21, they have issued visa and they have cancelled the show. In 22 June, we could not get visa because slot is not available. Even now, for Jan 2023, we are not able to get the slot. ఇది కొంచెం పెద్ద ఇష్యూ అవుతుంది సార్ మాకు సార్ మాకు ప్లస్ ఏమైందంటే అండి హెమ్ టెక్స్టైల్స్ ను ఫ్రాంక్ఫర్ట్ has become a hub for entire Europe అండి. So unless until we, yes sir, in that exhibition we can't interact with European customers. No sir, we have applied sir. We are not getting any slot. Last time also we did not get slot. We applied through France and they rejected. And this time also still the slot is somewhere.
No, they have given a slot of last week of December, for which the show is happening in the first week of January. So getting a passport back with the visa stamp, the planning of journey, everything will be hectic. So we tried Chennai, Hyderabad, VFS, and Bangalore, 3 consulates. Bangalore, sir.
Yes. German consulate, sir.
No, Bangalore. Yes, sir. And actually, we tried. Even though the date what they have given is very close to the show dates, so getting a passport back. No, that's but to.
They also are aware of this, and they are working to address the backlog. But the rest of the launch is actually the Bangalore launch.
Yes, sir.
We can request them to expedite that we will see by the December.
Yes, sir.
Because it's,
We have a request letter with us, sir.
Definitely, sir. But the only humble request from our side is could you please request recommend us for the long-term visa, because European Union is having a long-term visa facility for 5 years, non-immigrant business visas for 5 years slot. Because this is a recurring travel. Every year we are facing the same challenge.
Thousands of business visa applicants from India who want long-term European Schengen visas. They are not getting long-term European Schengen visas. It's a huge backlog. It's not under our control. It is for them to grant the visas.
Yes.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
We will make a request for this particular case so that you can attend the exhibition in January. We'll make a request, but the broader issue of visas for Indian businessmen to go to Europe is a much larger issue over which government of India or I have no control.
No, definitely, sir. But that we understood. But in case if it is possible, could you please give us any recommendation, kind of recommendation?
They don't consider it is their sovereign function.
Electronics.
Thank you, sir.
Krishna Garu, I don't see them now.
But certainly the state government can and should continue to push for granting visas to you, because all the consulates come and meet the state government also. The Chennai consulate and the Bangalore consulate come and meet the state government. They should continue to tell them that this is an issue. They are keen, and they should push for all businessmen from the state who need to do, all exporters from the state who need to go.
Sir, similar issue we had with US, sir. Last month they visited Vijayawada, so we had a chance to invite them, and we showcased our capabilities, and they have expedited giving visas, sir.
That's what.
And on third week of September we visited market.
All their commercial officers here. Let industries department call all of you who are dealing with Europe for an interaction like this. You raise the issue and you put it to them and say this is hampering exports to Europe. And you have to have at least for recognized exporters in a special dispensation.
Thank you, sir. Definitely we'll expedite, sir. And we'll also request you also to put some your good offices in getting these visas. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your time.
Ponchandarao garu, perhaps here.
Yeah. Namaste, sir. It is glad to meet you all with the help of the government departments. It's really a pleasure, sir. This is really, I wanted to talk about, I am from the printing industry, sir, basically, and I am General Secretary to the Federation of Andhra Pradesh Micro, Small, Medium and Associations. And printing, sir, as you know, all machines, owning Heidelberg machine is a dream for a printer, and as well as in the medical field also, Siemens, and car also, BMW and Mac. These are all because of the metallurgy and R&D they spent on that. How India can reach to that technology transfer? Like you said,
all the state government officials are here.
With the help, sir. Why? Because you are our member over there.
We will certainly help. But the bottom line is, it is not just for one sector. Every sector we need to match up to global standards.
Yes, sir.
In your own industry, you benchmark yourself to global standards. If you are a chamber, benchmark yourself to a global chamber. If you are an industry CEO, benchmark your unit to a global standard. That goes without saying.
Yeah, that you said, make yourself is to known. We are doing like we attend Drupa also 4 years once printing exhibition done. Getting as the same problem, Schengen visas, at times it's a problem, but still. And
look, again, it's not, nothing is automatic. Nothing is, there will always be some issue or the other coming up. We have to tackle those issues and move on.
Yeah.
This time there is a visa problem. Next time there will be some other issue.
Some other issues and all these things. But only one thing we wanted to tell about this, sir. Value addition, machinery and all these things, India can develop. We have the raw material, raw brains and everything. If the technology transfer and that metallurgy skills, if we can get it, that is.
Look, the first person who invented anything did not get technology transfer.
Okay.
The first person who innovates something does not get technology transfer. They work, they innovate. Technology transfer is one means. But all of you must also innovate. You must look for niche products. You must bring about innovation in our own work so that
imbibing that.
Our products are recognized globally for good quality.
Yeah.
And we are recognized for innovation and R&D.
Okay.
Bhaskar garu.
Thank you, sir.
Tarvata Chalpatrao garu.
With the 60 sectoral association. So, as a federation, we have been with huge scope of opportunity for 14%. In the last 5-6 years, we have facilitated several entrepreneurs to set up food processing units in the state. So as a people by Chiranjeev Professor, this is the one of the major producers of fruits, vegetables, dairy, spices, then wheat, all commodities of food related, we are one of the dominant producers. So although the processing levels are picking up now, still they are very low. So on an average, in most of the areas, the processing levels are to the tune of only 10%. So here is the scope. So except for this, the Chittoor mango pulp cluster and one cashew cluster in Srikakulam and the aqua processing is picking up, as you said in the past, that only primary and the secondary processing is happening in the aqua, not in the values, real values.
The primary and secondary processing is happening only in prawns. In fish, even primary and secondary processing is not happening.
So only IQ is happening, sir. In shrimp, only IQ is there, sir. Value addition. Only IQ is there, sir. Other than that, the breading of prawns and ready to eat, that's not there.
Value addition.
So the farmers are progressive, and the other side there is an entrepreneurial culture also. What is missing is some ideas, some technology, as he mentioned, some new things or collaborations. Maybe what I request is, if there is a sectoral delegations coming here, we can make matchmaking, then see some technology transfers or some visionary. Since Germany is strong in the visionary, and that is the big profit side. So that is where really things can change. And here, generally the trend is, if there is an opportunity, people entrepreneurs really immediately replicate. So the way in the pulp side, there are almost 125 units. Similarly, in the aqua also several processing units. Once they get into ready to eat or ready to cook or some value-added products, really, all of this can make a big difference in terms of export. So here we are looking for some support from the Japanese side, facilitating some collaboration, bringing some sectoral delegation. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I'll request the speakers to be a little hastened up because
sectoral delegations are required to go out from the state, visit, see what are the developments, and then identify which are the suitable or appropriate technologies for them, and then tie up. It won't happen in reverse. So if you are the head of a chamber, please form a delegation and take them out to see these areas. Write to us, we will create a program for you. We will draft a set of visits for you to visit industries of relevance. Nobody from outside, it is more relevant for you to go and visit these and then choose the kind of things you want to do and collaborations you want.
Sir, as I said, sir, this plant-based meat has having very high demand, sir, huge demand. Plant-based meat, they have very huge demand, but proper technology is not there, sir, in our state.
So plant-based meat based technologies are not there even that level in India also, and a lot of the global tech companies are doing. So I think even on that there is a huge potential. I think for starters you should approach APIDA.
Yes.
Or Ministry of Food Processing in Delhi to put you in touch initially. And later on, depending on what kind of products you are looking at, soya-based or non-soya-based, what are the options? It's a wide range. The whole plant-based proteins are much more broad-based products.
So Ramesh Garu from exports fisheries. Unnara? Evru? Chalapatra? Yeah, tondar.
Actually, we manufacture basically cotton yarns. Previously, we have contamination issues. With latest technology, we are doing contamination-free cotton yarn, all our spinning mills. So now we have an opportunity for us to export to Germany also because of this contamination-free cotton yarn. But the basic constraint is what you mentioned, free trade agreements are not there. So whatever, how we can represent means what best we have to do for moving this forward in free trade agreement. What help, what necessary things we have to do in moving this as fast as we can.
Ask me, free trade agreement should be the icing on the cake. Your cost of production and the quality of product should be such that it should get sold on its own, despite competition. Free trade agreement can only add to your bottom line, but that is the ideal scenario. Otherwise,
Bangladesh and Pakistan are getting more competition.
they are because they have a GSP plus benefit. We don't. So either you can just do nothing about it and look at it, or you can enhance your own production activities, increase your productivity, reduce the cost of production, and become more competitive.
Ramesh Garu. MSME chairman will speak for a minute after him, sir, when adjusted.
After 2018 నుంచి యూరోపియన్ అప్రూవల్స్ సీఫుడ్ ఇండస్ట్రీ లేవండి. దీన్ని గమనిస్తుంది. లాస్ట్ 2018 నుంచి సీఫుడ్ ఇండస్ట్రీస్ కి అప్రూవల్స్ ఇవ్వట్లేదు.
ఏం అప్రూవల్స్?
గవర్నమెంట్ ఆఫ్ ఇండియానా?
గవర్నమెంట్ ఆఫ్ ఇండియా ఇస్తుందండి, అక్కడ యూరోపియన్ యూనియన్ ఇవ్వట్లేదు. ఇంపోర్ట్ లైసెన్స్ అండి, ఎక్స్పోర్ట్ అప్రూవల్స్ అండి. వాళ్ళకి ఐడియా ఉంటుంది.
Standards required for export to the EU, they will come and they will inspect and approve the facility for export.
We'll check what exactly is the issue. Ram Garu, after that MSME chairman.
Thank you,
I'll
madam.
find out and I'm not sure.
అదర్ కంట్రీస్ కి $2 డిఫరెన్స్ పర్చేజ్ ఉంటుంది.
అవును. సో వాళ్ళు మీ సైట్ అప్రూవల్ లేదా ఎక్స్పోర్ట్ కి, ఇండస్ట్రీ అప్రూవల్ లేదా?
తర్వాత ఏ కంపెనీకి కూడా అప్రూవల్స్ ఇవ్వట్లేదు.
No, but why won't they give? I'm trying to understand why won't they give. People are getting approved. MPTA never said this is a problem to us. No. See, if you are in MPTA, did MPTA ever write to tell the Ministry of Commerce and Industry that this is an issue?
ఇక్కడ ప్రాజెక్ట్ కట్టాలంటే మేము 100 crores ప్రాజెక్ట్ అవుతుంది.
ఏంటండి?
100 కోట్లు అవుతుంది ప్రాజెక్ట్ కి. ఒక ప్రాజెక్ట్ కట్టాలంటే 100 కోట్లు అవుతుంది సార్. కానీ ఇలాంటి చిన్న చిన్న ఇష్యూస్ వల్ల బిజినెస్ చేయలేకపోతారు చాలా మంది ఎక్స్పోర్టర్స్.
I don't know. A specific issue may come up. I don't know.
Thank you, madam. Sir, namaste. My name is Ram, sir. I'm head external affairs, Andhra Steel Private Limited, sir. Tadipatri. We have one plant in Tadipatri, another in Chandigarh, sir. The issue is specifically, actually, we are expanding our production capacity from 3 lakh tons to 4 lakh tons, sir. So what is happening here, sir? We have a business partner kind of Frederick Cox, GmbH and COKG and Filter, sir. They are our technology partner, and we have opened in this particular company for modernization of rolling mills, sir, in order to scale up the production capacity, sir. So we have applied in Jan and June for the visa, but we are not getting the visa, sir. So that has been a major issue from Bangalore also. So the similar issue, we will take it up. Yes, ma'am.
Tell them that this is a problem. I don't get the reason. We are aware of the visa issue in general. It's a serious issue.
Yes.
You will have to keep pushing.
We will do it through my madam, sir. But there's a major issue, though.
Major issue. Hanover దశలో కూడా ఎవరైతే తీసుకున్నారో స్పేస్ కొన్న తర్వాత వాళ్ళకి వీసా
Kind of a win-win for India and Germany, sir. We are doing generating revenue also, despite that also things happening, sir. Please, sir. Kindly do it, madam. Thank you.
Pick after that, we'll leave it for you for feedback.
నమస్కారం. మన బాలభాస్కర్ గారు అండ్ హరీష్ గారు, మరి మొదటిసారిగా ఒక విదేశంలో ఉంటూ రాయబారులుగా ఉంటూ ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్ వచ్చి, మరి మీరంతా ఒక తెలుగువారు అయి ఉండి తెలుగు ఇక్కడ ఒక ఇండస్ట్రియలిస్ట్ తోటి బిజినెస్ పీపుల్ తోటి చక్కగా ఇంటరాక్ట్ అయ్యి అందరికీ వారి యొక్క డౌట్స్ తో క్లారిటీ ఇస్తూ ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్ అభివృద్ధి పదంలోకి రావడానికి మీరు కూడా సహాయపడుతున్నందుకు మీకు హృదయపూర్వక నమస్కారాలు ఇక్కడ తెలియజేస్తూ, సార్ ఇప్పుడు దాకా మనం డిస్కస్ చేసిన తర్వాత చాలా ఇందాక మనం అనుకున్నట్టుగా ఒక ట్రెడిషనల్ మ్యానుఫ్యాక్చరింగ్ ఇక్కడ ఉందండి ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్ లో. ట్రెడిషనల్ మ్యానుఫ్యాక్చరింగ్ కి ఒక వాల్యూ ఎడిషన్ కలిగించేలాగా మనం ఒక యూరోప్ లో ఉండేటటువంటి ఇన్వెస్టర్స్ మనం అట్రాక్ట్ చేసిన అవసరం ఉంటుంది. మేము ఒక మన మినిస్ట్రీ ద్వారా ఐటమ్స్ ఐడెంటిఫై చేసి ఈ ఐటమ్స్ ట్రెడిషనల్ ఐటమ్స్ ఉన్నాయి, దీనికి టెక్నికల్ నోహౌ ప్లస్ ఇన్వెస్ట్మెంట్స్. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ హ్యాండీక్రాఫ్ట్స్ లో ఇన్వెస్ట్ చేయడానికి చాలా మంది ఉంటారు మనకి అబ్రాడ్ లో. వారికి సరైన సోర్స్ దొరకదు. జనరల్ గా ప్రైవేట్ ఎంటర్ప్రీనర్ ఇంటర్ఫర్ అయితే ఎంతవరకు గ్యారంటీ ఉండదు. అదే మీరు ఒక ఎంబసీ ద్వారా, గవర్నమెంట్ ద్వారా, ఒక వెబ్సైట్ ద్వారా అక్కడ లోకల్ ట్రేడ్ ద్వారా మీరు తెలియపరిస్తే లైక్ అదర్
government will have to encourage our own handicrafts people to produce quality products to export. Investments will not come in that.
నాట్ ఓన్లీ హ్యాండిక్రాఫ్ట్స్ అండి, అలాగే ఏదైనా మనం ఒక స్పెసిఫిక్ ఐటమ్, ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్ లో మీకు అందరికీ తెలియని విషయం ఏంటంటే హ్యూమన్ హెయిర్ ఇస్ ద లార్జెస్ట్ ఎక్స్పోర్టర్స్. హ్యూమన్ హెయిర్ అది విగ్స్ కి మన జర్మనీలో చాలా చక్కటి స్కిల్స్ ఉన్నాయి, ఇప్పటి నుంచి ట్రెడిషనల్ గా వస్తున్నాయి. ఆ విగ్ టెక్నాలజీ మన దగ్గర ఇక్కడ లేదు. మనందరం రా హెయిర్ ఎక్స్పోర్ట్ చేస్తున్నాము, విగ్స్ అంతా జర్మనీలోనూ బాగా మ్యానుఫ్యాక్చర్ చేస్తున్నారు. ఎవరైనా ఇప్పుడు ఇక్కడ ఆ జర్మన్స్ కనుక ఇన్వెస్ట్ చేసినట్టయితే ఏపీలో కూడా విగ్ ఇండస్ట్రీ రావడానికి, దాని మూలంగా చాలా మంది ఇండస్ట్రీస్ రావడానికి ఆస్కారం ఉంటుంది. ఇలా డిఫరెంట్ ఇండస్ట్రీస్ మీద మేమంతా స్టడీ చేసి ముందుగా మీకు తెలియపరుస్తామండి. మీరు కొంచెం దాన్ని పబ్లిసిటీ చేసి అక్కడ జర్మనీలో ఇన్వెస్టర్స్, అలాగే ఫ్యామిలీ ఓరియంటెడ్ బిజినెస్, విగ్ ఇండస్ట్రీ కూడా ఫ్యామిలీ ఓరియంటెడ్. ఒక 3-4 జనరేషన్ బట్టి ఆ స్కిల్స్ అన్ని వాళ్ళు బయటకు చెప్పరండి, వాళ్ళే చేస్తూ ఉంటారు. కానీ వాళ్ళు ఇప్పుడు అక్కడ లేబర్ కాస్ట్ పెరిగిపోవడం మూలంగా దే ఆర్ లుకింగ్ అవుట్ సైడ్ రావాలనుకుంటారు, బంగ్లాదేశ్ కానీ, వియత్నాం, ఇండియా కానీ. సో ఇండియా ఇస్ ద మోర్ చాలా సెక్యూర్ గా ఉంటుంది, రా మెటీరియల్ ఎక్కువ ఉంటుంది. తప్పని ఇలాంటి విషయాల మీద మేము డిఫరెంట్ ఐటమ్స్ అన్ని డిపార్ట్మెంట్ ద్వారా మేము తీసుకొస్తామని ముందుగా చెప్తాము. దాని మీద మీరు పూర్తిగా
సహకరించాలి. Thank you everybody for your feedback. So now I request Balbhaskar sir to offer your remarks so far, sir.
First of all, I want to thank all the officers for the 3 of them and other officers for the wonderful arrangements made to us, and also this is a very, very useful interaction. In this connection, I wanted to make some few suggestions. First, ఏంటంటే మీరందరూ కూడా ఎనీ ప్రాబ్లమ్, ఎక్స్పోర్ట్, ఇంపోర్ట్, ట్రేడ్, ఇన్వెస్ట్మెంట్, ఇలాంటి అన్ని కూడా ప్రతి ఫస్ట్ సజెషన్ నాకు ఏంటంటే మీరు ఏ దేశానికి మీరు ఇది చేయాలనుకున్నారో ఆ దేశంలో ప్రతి ఎంబసీలో కూడా మాకు ఒక కమర్షియల్ వింగ్ ఉంటుంది. ఫస్ట్ ఇది తెలుసుకోవాలి అందరూ కూడా. ఇమ్మీడియట్ గా ఇప్పుడు నార్వే అనుకో, నార్వేలో ఎంబసీ ఓపెన్ చేసి కమర్షియల్ వింగ్ లేకపోతే అంబాసిడర్ కి మేము ఈ ప్రోడక్ట్ ఎక్స్పోర్ట్ చేయాలనుకుంటున్నాం అంటే మా కమర్షియల్ వింగ్స్ ఏం చేస్తాయి, మాకు హ్యూజ్ డేటాబేస్ క్రియేట్ చేస్తారు. మా ప్రతి ఎంబసీలో కూడా వెజిటబుల్స్, టెక్స్టైల్స్, అలా రకరకాల కేటగిరీలో ప్రతిరోజు మా వాళ్ళు చేసే పని ఏంటంటే అక్కడ ఎవరైతే ఇంపోర్టర్స్ ఉన్నారో ఆ లిస్ట్ అంతా అప్డేట్ చేస్తూ ఉంటారు. ఇది మీరు ప్రతి ఒక్కళ్ళు తెలుసుకోవాలి. అప్పుడు ఏం చేయాలండి, మీరు ఏ ప్రోడక్ట్ అయితే చేయాలనుకుంటున్నారో ఆ ప్రోడక్ట్ ని మీరు చేసి మాకు రాయాలి. ఎంబసీ కమర్షియల్ వింగ్ రాసి మేము హెయిర్ ఎక్స్పోర్ట్ చేయాలనుకుంటున్నాము. మాకంటే మా వాళ్ళు ఏం చేస్తారంటే హెయిర్ ఇంపోర్టర్స్ లిస్ట్ అంతా ఉంటుంది మా దగ్గర. ఓకే, ఒకవేళ లేకపోయినా కూడా ఇమీడియట్ గా తయారు చేసి మీకు విత్ ఇన్ 1 week 10 days లో మీకు ఇస్తారు. ఒక 10 ఇంపోర్టర్స్ లిస్ట్ మీకు వచ్చిన తర్వాత మీరు వాళ్ళతో కరస్పాండ్ చేయాలి. ఆఫ్టర్ ఆల్ దిస్ ఈజ్ ఎ బిజినెస్ అఫేర్ బిట్వీన్ యూ అండ్ ద ఇంపోర్టర్ అండ్ ఎక్స్పోర్టర్. ఎంబసీ ఈజ్ ఎ ఫెసిలిటేటర్. దెన్ మీరు ఇమీడియట్ గా మేము లిస్ట్ పంపిస్తాం మీకు. ఓకే, ఆ లిస్ట్ లోంచి మీరు ఇంటరాక్ట్ చేసి మా దగ్గర, ఎందుకంటే బిజినెస్ అంటే స్పెసిఫికేషన్స్, రిక్వైర్మెంట్, క్వాంటిటీ, ఎల్సి, చాలా బిజినెస్ ఎలిమెంట్స్ ఉన్నాయి కదా, అవన్నీ ఎంబసీ ఇన్వాల్వ్ కాదు. సో ఫస్ట్ థింగ్ ఈజ్ యూ సీ ద కమర్షియల్ వింగ్ ఇన్ ద ఎంబసీ, రైట్ టు దెమ్, దెన్ దే విల్ సెండ్ ద లిస్ట్, దెన్ ఇంటరాక్ట్ విత్ ద లిస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఇంటరాక్టర్స్. దెన్ వాళ్ళ నుంచి మీరు వాళ్ళు స్పెసిఫికేషన్లు అడుగుతారు, క్వాంటిటీ అడుగుతారు, ఇవన్నీ ఫుల్ఫిల్ చేసి ఆ తర్వాత మీరు వాళ్ళతో పార్ట్నర్షిప్ టైఅప్ చేసుకొని అప్పుడు మీరు ఇమ్మీడియట్ గా మీ ప్రోడక్ట్ గురించి మార్కెటింగ్ చేసుకోవాలి. అది ఫస్ట్ థింగ్. రెండోది ఏంటంటే ఇప్పుడు మనం ప్రోడక్ట్స్ చూసాం, మీరు అందరూ వండర్ఫుల్ ప్రోడక్ట్స్, టెక్స్టైల్స్, వెజిటబుల్స్ ఎన్నో ఉన్నాయి. కాకపోతే ఏంటి, మనం వాటిని మార్కెటింగ్ చేయాలి. ఏ ప్రోడక్ట్ మనం పంపుతాం అనేది ఇంపార్టెంట్ కాదు. యూ కెన్ ఎక్స్పోర్ట్ ఎనీథింగ్ ఇన్ దిస్ వరల్డ్, బట్ వాట్ ఈస్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ ఈస్ యూ హ్యావ్ టు బ్రాండ్ యువర్ సెల్ఫ్. అది ఎలా బ్రాండ్ చేయాలంటే ఫస్ట్ మార్కెటింగ్ ట్యాగ్స్. ఒక ప్రోడక్ట్, ఇప్పుడు టెక్స్టైల్స్ ఎవరో చెప్పారు మాకు చాలా సస్టైనబుల్ ప్రోడక్ట్ అండి అని, దాని మీద మీకు రైటప్ ఏది? I request industry secretary and secretary textiles and others to develop this habit of write up on every product. ఇప్పుడు తర్వాత యూరోపియన్లో ఏంటి, ట్రెండ్ సెట్టర్స్ వాళ్ళు కొన్ని నేరేటివ్స్ ఉంటాయి. సస్టైనబుల్ ప్రోడక్ట్స్, నో ప్రిజర్వేటివ్స్, ఆర్గానిక్ ప్రోడక్ట్, ఇవన్నీ ట్రెండ్స్. ఇప్పుడు ఆ ట్రెండ్స్ కి తగ్గట్టుగా మీరు కూడా మార్కెట్ చేయాలి వాటిని. ఏది ఇప్పుడు ఎవరో చూసాను నేను, వెజిటబుల్స్ మేడం అడిగారు, ఏమన్నా మీ ప్రిజర్వేటివ్స్ వాడతామని తనకే తెలియదు. మాకెలా తెలుస్తుంది, వేరే వాళ్ళకి ఎలా తెలుస్తుంది? సో మీరు నో ప్రిజర్వేటివ్స్ ఒక స్లిప్ తయారు పెట్టాలి. షెల్ఫ్ లైఫ్ 7 days అన్నారు ఎవరు. ఇవన్నీ మీరు మార్కెట్, చిన్న విషయాలు, బట్ యూ హ్యావ్ టు మార్కెట్ యువర్ సెల్ఫ్. బికాస్ అన్లెస్ యూ మార్కెట్ యువర్ సెల్ఫ్ వీ డోంట్ నో. ఫారిన్ కంట్రీస్ డెఫినెట్లీ డోంట్ నో. మన సెక్రటరీ టెక్స్టైల్ ఆర్ సెక్రటరీ ఫుడ్ డజంట్ నో. హౌ కెన్ యూ ఎక్స్పెక్ట్ దట్? not you. I don't mean to say. What I'm saying is, whoever it is, మీరు ఒక ప్రోడక్ట్ చేసినప్పుడు మీరు ఫస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్ మీ ఇక్కడే మార్కెట్ చేయాలి, ఆ తర్వాత మాకు మార్కెటింగ్ చేయాలి, వేరే వాళ్ళకి చేయాలి. సో నో ప్రిజర్వేటివ్స్ అనుకోండి, ఐఎమ్ జస్ట్ గివింగ్ అన్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్. నో ప్రిజర్వేటివ్స్. అలాగనే మీకు ఎన్నో మన ఇప్పుడు కలంకారీ ఇవన్నీ కూడా ఎకో ఫ్రెండ్లీ ప్రోడక్ట్స్. ఇప్పుడు అది ఒక ట్రెండ్ యూరోప్ లో. సో మీరు కూడా ఎకో ఫ్రెండ్లీ ప్రోడక్ట్, ఓకే, నో ప్రిజర్వేటివ్స్, నో ప్లాస్టిక్స్. తర్వాత ఇప్పుడు నో ప్లాస్టిక్ యూజ్ అంతా యూరోప్ అంతా కూడా దే ఆర్ థ్రోయింగ్ అవుట్ ప్లాస్టిక్స్. మీరు కొన్ని ప్రోడక్ట్స్ డెవలప్ చేశారు, ఏదో డస్ట్బిన్లు, తర్వాత టేబుల్ ప్రోడక్ట్స్. వీటన్నిటి మీద యూరోప్ ఏవైతే ట్రెండ్స్ ఫాలో అవుతున్నారో అవి ట్రెండ్స్ మీరు ఆల్రెడీ చేస్తున్నారు, బట్ యూఆర్ నాట్ మార్కెటింగ్ దట్. సో ప్లీజ్ బ్రాండింగ్, మార్కెటింగ్, రైటప్ ఆఫ్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్, ఒక చిన్న బాక్స్ పెట్టి ఆ ప్రోడక్ట్ గురించి, ఇప్పుడు మన మంగళగిరి శారీస్, వాటి ప్రాముఖ్యత, లేకపోతే మీరు వాడే ఎకో ఫ్రెండ్లీ టెక్స్ట్, సస్టైనబుల్ ప్రోడక్ట్స్. మన విజయ్ కుమార్ గారు సస్టైనబుల్ గోల్స్ అన్నారు, బట్ ప్రోడక్ట్స్ కూడా చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్ అన్నమాట. ఓకే, ఇలాంటి మార్కెటింగ్ కూడా మీరు చేస్తే చాలా బాగుంటుంది. తర్వాత మూడో పాయింట్ ఏంటి, డెలిగేషన్స్ అన్నారు. ఏదైనా డెలిగేషన్ వీసాకు జనరల్ గా మేము టేకప్ చేస్తాం. ఓ టెక్స్టైల్ డెలిగేషన్ వెళ్తుంది, ఏదో నారు వెళ్తున్నారు, జర్మనీ వెళ్తున్నారు, మీరు సెక్రటరీ ఇండస్ట్రీస్, డైరెక్టర్ ఇండస్ట్రీస్ కి రాస్తే మీరు టేకప్ చేయొచ్చు, మీరు కూడా టేకప్ చేయొచ్చు. జనరల్లీ వీల్ హ్యావ్ ఎ పాజిటివ్ ఇంటర్వెన్షన్ ఆన్ నాట్ ఆన్ ఇండివిజువల్ మ్యాటర్స్ as ambassador Germany said, but on delegations level, yes, definitely we will intervene. It may, we will not guarantee, but definitely we have a privilege of intervening in the delegation level visa issues. Avanni kuda ippudu definitely government take up cheyochu. లేదు డెలిగేషన్స్ లేకపోతే ఆ బాడీస్ కన్సర్న్ మాకు టేకప్ చేయొచ్చు. ఇప్పుడు మాకు సునీత గారు ఉన్నారు, షీ హాస్ బీన్ చేజింగ్ అస్ ఫర్ లాస్ట్ 15 years. మేము ఏ డిపార్ట్మెంట్లో ఎక్కడున్నా సరే ఈ ఇష్యూస్ ఆ ఇష్యూస్ మాకు చేంజ్ చేస్తూ ఉంటారు. అదే విధంగా అందరు అఫీషియల్స్ కూడా మాకు టేకప్ చేయొచ్చు, చేంజ్ చేయండి. వీఆర్ దేర్ టు సపోర్ట్ గవర్నమెంట్ అండ్ ఎనీ గవర్నమెంట్, వెదర్ స్టేట్ గవర్నమెంట్, సెంట్రల్ గవర్నమెంట్. పర్టికులర్లీ మేము వీఆర్ representatives of MEA in Andhra Pradesh. So we have certain obligations also to take up issues belonging to the state. Adi తర్వాత టెక్నాలజీ ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ అన్నారు. ఈ టెక్నాలజీ ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ ఏంటి? యాక్చువల్ గా ఇట్ ఆల్సో హ్యాపెన్స్ బిట్వీన్ 2 parties, అంతే కదా. టెక్నాలజీ ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ అంటే వచ్చి స్టేట్ గవర్నమెంట్ కి టెక్నాలజీ ఎవరు, ఇట్ షుడ్ హ్యాపెన్ బిట్వీన్ A and B. అప్పుడు దానికి కూడా మాకు ఎంబసీకి రాసి మాకు ఈ ప్రోడక్ట్ మేము చేస్తున్నప్పుడు, సపోజ్ హ్యూమన్ హెయిర్ అన్నారు, మేము హ్యూమన్ హెయిర్ ఎక్స్పోర్ట్ ఉన్నప్పుడు ఎవరైతే మీరు ఎక్స్పోర్టర్స్ చేస్తున్నారో వాళ్ళతోనే మీకు టెక్నాలజీ ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ కూడా జరుగుతుంది. ఎవరైతే బయర్ ఉంటారో జర్మనీలో, నార్వేలోనో, వాళ్ళే దే విల్ ఐడెంటిఫై ది ప్రోడక్ట్. మేబీ దే వాంట్ టు కమ్ అండ్ జాయిన్ హ్యాండ్స్ విత్ యూ, participate in your manufacturing, or they themselves will bring the new technology to you. So technology transfer doesn't happen as a general phenomena. It happens between 2 people, 2 business partners. అది కూడా మాకు ఎంబసీకి రాయాలి. ఇదిగో మాకు ఈ ప్రోడక్ట్ ఉంది, మేము వీఆర్ లుకింగ్ ఫర్ టెక్నాలజీ పార్ట్నర్. అప్పుడు మేము టెక్నాలజీ పార్ట్నర్ కూడా ఐడెంటిఫై చేస్తాం. సో వీఆర్ డూయింగ్ హోల్ లాట్ ఆఫ్ ఎక్సర్సైజ్ in technology transfer, commercial facilitation of exports, imports, ఇవన్నీ కూడా. అలాగనే ఇప్పుడు లెవీ అన్నారు, ఇమ్మీడియట్ గా మీరు కామర్స్ మినిస్ట్రీకి రాశారు, కానీ మా అంబాసిడర్ కి రాసి ఉంటే డెఫినెట్లీ గా ఈ షుడ్ హావ్ గాట్ దిస్ ఇష్యూ లుక్డ్ ఇంటూ బై అవర్ కమర్షియల్ వింగ్. ఇంకా వాళ్ళ కెపాసిటీ చాలకపోతే దెన్ దే విల్ బ్రింగ్ టు అంబాసిడర్స్ నోటీస్. అంబాసిడర్ విల్ డెఫినెట్లీ టేకప్ విత్ ఈ గవర్నమెంట్ ఆఫ్ జర్మనీ. ఇవన్నీ మేము చేస్తాం, బట్ ఇనిషియేట్ మీరు చేయాలి. మీరు కామర్స్ మినిస్ట్రీకి రిప్రజెంటేషన్ ఇస్తే సరిపోదు, ఎందుకంటే కామర్స్ మినిస్ట్రీ ఇట్ సెల్ఫ్ ఈజ్ ఏ వాస్ట్ ఆర్గనైజేషన్. ప్లీజ్ రైట్ టు అంబాసిడర్ ఆర్ కమర్షియల్ వింగ్ ఇన్ ఈచ్ ఎంబసీ. అది ఫస్ట్ స్టెప్. మీరు ఇవ్వండి కామర్స్ మినిస్ట్రీకి కూడా, బట్ ఐ సజెస్ట్ దట్ యూ టేకప్ విత్ ది కన్సర్న్డ్ అంబాసిడర్స్ మిషన్. వాళ్ళు చాలా రోల్ దే విల్ బి ప్లేయింగ్ ఇన్ దిస్. సో అవి 2-3 పాయింట్స్. అది బేసికల్ గా నా రిక్వెస్ట్ ఏంటంటే, మన పర్టికులర్ గా టెక్స్టైల్స్ మీరు అన్నారు కదా, ప్లీజ్ డెవలప్ ఏ గుడ్ రైటప్ ఆన్ ఎవ్రీ ప్రోడక్ట్, ఎంకరేజ్ దెమ్, అండ్ యాజ్ పార్ట్ ఆఫ్ యువర్ అదర్ రెస్ట్రిక్షన్స్ ఆర్ లైసెన్సింగ్ అరేంజ్మెంట్స్, ఇఫ్ యూ కుడ్ స్టిపులేట్ దిస్ రైటప్ ఆన్ దేర్ ప్రోడక్ట్, అండ్ నైస్ రైటప్, నైస్ డిజైన్ ఆఫ్ ఆన్ ద రైటప్, పుట్ ఏ ప్యాకేజింగ్ బాక్స్ అండ్ కీప్ దిస్ రైటప్ ఆన్ దట్. అలాంటి కొన్ని స్మాల్ చేంజెస్ ఇఫ్ యూ కుడ్ బ్రింగ్, I think that will have a huge impact. So with this, I think I stop here and thank you.
Thank you, sir. And over to.
Thanks, Sandy. I think I've had a very comprehensive interaction both in Visakhapatnam and in Vijayawada. I'm very grateful to all departments, particularly to industries, for all the excellent work and planning for facilitating this. Balabhaskar garu cheppinattu, the first requirement of trade and commerce is the basic unit. The basic unit is the industrial firm or a trading firm or an agricultural processing firm. It's a company. Governments play a facilitating role. Embassies kuda memu facilitating role play chestam gaani basic transaction anedi company to company jarugutundi. Balabhaskar garu cheppinattu. So technology transfer, again, it is not like a silver bullet which will transform everything. Technology nobody will transfer unless they know you. You have a 5-10 year relationship with them. You are exporting or importing from them. You have had a long association with them and they have the confidence. Then between 2 industries, they'll have the confidence to tie up with you to have a joint venture, and that's how probably you can be part of that. Rondo vishayam entante, delegations state nunchi బయటికి రావటం, బయట ఎలాంటి రిక్వైర్మెంట్స్ ఉన్నాయి. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్, మన రాష్ట్రానికి food products and food processing is important కాబట్టి it is very essential for us to recognize that you cannot export any food product unless there is traceability, unless there is global good agricultural practices certification, unless there is phytosanitary certifications to meet export markets. మన దేశంలోనే మిగతా రాష్ట్రాలతో మనం పోల్చుకుంటే మహారాష్ట్ర కానివ్వండి, గుజరాత్ కానివ్వండి, at least 40% of 30 to 40% farms who are involved in exports already have the global gap certificates. So before we look abroad, we need to look for best practices within the country. And this is very important. బయట చూసే బదులు మన దేశంలోనే లీడింగ్ స్టేట్స్ ఏవైతే ఉన్నాయో ఎక్స్పోర్ట్స్ లో ఆ పర్టికులర్ సెక్టర్ లో ఆ స్టేట్ లో ఉన్న బెస్ట్ ప్రాక్టీసెస్ ఏంటి, వాళ్ళు ఎందుకు చేయగలుగుతున్నారు, అది మనం గమనిస్తే అంత దూరం మనం వెళ్ళక్కర్లా. వాళ్ళు ఆల్రెడీ 40% ఆఫ్ ఫార్మ్స్ కనుక ఆల్రెడీ గ్లోబల్ గ్యాప్ సర్టిఫికేషన్ మహారాష్ట్రలో వచ్చి ఉంటే మనం ఎందుకు తెచ్చుకోలేము? మనం అదే వీ కెన్ క్విక్లీ adapt and be able to get the required global gap certifications required for export. Second, farmer level lo, firm level lo incomes పెరగాలి అంటే costs must go down, volumes must go up. That is a fundamental issue, especially in agriculture. While we are only focused on, for example, near mango pulp annar. Mango pulp is important as a value addition if you are unable to get value out of the mango crop. At a very fundamental level, selling pulp is less profitable than selling mangoes. So, and selling mangoes, if you are able to produce and enhance your productivity per hectare to say 200% of your current or 100% of your current productivity, then you will export a mango. You will not export mango pulp. So I think that is where there is a fundamental rethink is required. నేను వియత్నాంలో దీనికంటే ముందు అంబాసిడర్గా ఉన్నప్పుడు నేను చూసింది ఏంటంటే వియత్నాంకి మనం రైస్ అసిస్టెన్స్ ఇచ్చేవాళ్ళం. వాళ్ళకి బేసిక్ రైస్ కూడా లేదు తినడానికి. అప్పుడు మనం రైస్ ఫుడ్ అసిస్టెన్స్ కింద మనం వాళ్ళకి సప్లై చేసాం. లేట్ 90s లో 97, 98 అప్పుడు 15-20 ఏళ్లలో వాళ్ళు దే హ్యావ్ బికమ్ ఎ గ్లోబల్ agricultural export house in agriculture, where their global agricultural exports exceed that of India, and they have created at least $7 to $8 billion plus agricultural commodities. Cashew lo chesaru. They have done it in black pepper. They have done it in dragon fruit. Of course, they have done it in rice. They are a big competitor to us in rice. ఎలా చేయగలిగారు అంటే పర్ హెక్టర్ ప్రొడక్టివిటీ ఏ ప్రోడక్ట్ లో కనుక మనం కంపేర్ చేసినా మనకంటే అట్లీస్ట్ 2 to 3 times రేంజ్ లో ఉంటుంది. మ్యాంగోస్ మనం 14 tons per hectare చేసే వాళ్ళు 50 to 55 tons per hectare చేస్తున్నారు. అరకులో మనం అరకు కాఫీ 250 kgs per hectare మనం మంచి క్వాలిటీ మనం చేస్తున్నాం అనుకుంటే ఆ ఫార్మరు 4000 kgs per hectare, అరబికా కాదు రోబస్టా, బట్ 4000 kgs per hectare చేస్తున్నారు. అరకులో 250 kgs per kg మనకి చాలా హై ప్రైస్ రియలైజేషన్ ఉన్నా లోవర్ ప్రైస్ రియలైజేషన్ తో 4000 kgs per hectare పండించగలిగిన ఫార్మర్ కి ఇట్ డజంట్ మ్యాటర్, దే ఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు మేక్ అప్ బై వాల్యూమ్. So the incomes will go up. So I think it boils down to two things. How do you increase production? How do you reduce costs? That is a fundamental issue. And I think that is where a lot of our focus should go to, especially in agriculture, because that has huge potential across the board. On rice, I don't know paddy ki manam what is the productivity per hectare?
That 40 quintals per acre.
Even a country like Egypt produces about 50. So,
Quintals.
Sir, you remember Egypt, Egypt also, now we are producing over. Now it is over they are producing and they are captured and they are world market from Egypt. Yeah, it is a country.
ఇప్పుడు వాళ్ళకి కరెక్ట్ అండి. ఇప్పుడు మన ప్రాబ్లం అదే అక్కడే వస్తా ఉంది. వీఆర్ అనేబుల్ టు ఇంక్రీజ్ అవర్ ప్రొడక్టివిటీ పర్ హెక్టర్. వై? బికాస్ our agricultural extension system must enable the farmers to increase productivity, to bring newer seeds, to bring newer practices. And unless we do that, we will not be able to capture markets. Agricultural processing can make a difference if your basic agricultural output is to that quality and quantity. So in Araku, for example, it's an excellent example of introducing a new product in a new area where it was not there before. And it has made a huge difference to the lives of farmers in those areas. The same thing can be done elsewhere. There are so many agroclimatic zones in Andhra which are similar to Araku, which have a gradient, which are a hilly region. So we need to see and explore some of these. On our side, as far as industry is concerned, we are always ready to help, to facilitate. You please get delegations. We are ready to help and facilitate. As far as visas are concerned, we will intervene, but there is only that much we can do with foreign governments. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Sir, I would request Secretary Handlooms and Secretary Planning to felicitate the dignitaries. So we are giving you our own products as takeaways so that we could showcase these beautiful products out. Sure, sir. Thank you very much, sir. We are really sorry for cramping it too much. I request all delegates to join for lunch on the 12th floor, and the lunch is arranged for everybody. Please don't leave without having lunch. Thank you very much.
Recording stopped.